Hello, hello, everybody. Second attempt. Mercury retrograde at its fullest. What are you going to do when we have Mercury retrograde and you try and you try and you try? So I think my volume is coming through. It shows a little green. So yay! I did screen capture the first session, the chat. So I will go off of the chat that was originally on there, so no one loses their place in line. And if you put it your question again, I'll just realize that I've already done it, but I'm going to go in order with those. So thank you guys so much for your patience with the technical issue. So we will get started here. But as always, before we get into the reading, I do want to send love out to the world and to calm down now that I've rushed around and rebooted. We can just come to a nice place of peace. So if you'd like to join me in sending love out to the world, I more than welcome that. Whether you're watching this live or on replay, we can gather together outside of space and time and send love to the world. So I'm going to take a big deep breath and calm down. Come back to this moment and let that love flow down from up above and fill our hearts and overflow out to the world. And if you yourself are in need of love in this moment for your heart, for your mind, your body, a loved one, a situation, a relationship, whatever it may be, we send love to you right now as well. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much for joining me in doing that and allowing the space for that. So I really appreciate that. And let me just get my stuff together here. Of course, before we get started into the readings, we have a new giveaway for next Monday. It will be for a 1 hour person recorded reading. Plus, I have some monthly giveaway news on the announcement that came out yesterday. So that's the link for that if you want to check it out and get into the weekly drawing. Also, spring, it's 5 more days left on their sale that they're having. They're doing 25% off on their side of their profit. So they don't do it very often. So I wanted to make sure everyone knew that one, I do have merch that I have out there, but it's also on sale. It's a really good sell. So I want to make sure everyone's aware of that. And then pick a card. We had one come out this morning. Life purpose. What do you need to know right now? And let me make this a little smaller here, so it actually will let me post it. All right, there we go. And then, of course, we're almost, can you believe it, already halfway through April almost? So you haven't checked out your April readings yet by each individual zodiac sign. You can check those out. And I think that is it there. All right. So let me get my desktop all set up and we will get going here. And thank you guys who are just joining now. I had technical issues on the first attempt this evening, I did screenshot all of the entire chat. So I will go off of that first and then I'll come into this one. So no worries if you already reposted it. I will honor, the previous one. Uh, so first come, first serve. Almost done here. Don't want to hit anything. All right, here we go. Ah, there we go. There we go. There we go. All right. Let me. I guess I can put the chat right here. This will be good for now. And if you're new to my channel or to these readings, real quick, how it works, I do go down in order, first come, first serve, for the free readings. And you don't have to do anything special. You just put your question in the chat. There's no special list. And if you don't want to put business out there, you can ask for a general reading too. Spirit knows what you're looking for, and we'll pull cards for that. If anyone makes a donation, I do step outside of the free readings to honor that energy exchange. So I do prioritize those and I go deeper into those as well. And once I'm done, I return back to the free readings and go down the list in order. I'm usually on for about an hour and a half to 2 hours. So I try to get through as many free readings as I can to make a donation. You can use the super chat at the bottom of the chat box. Um, YouTube does take about a third of that for administration fees. If you want to make a donation another way, I do have Cash App, Square, Venmo, and PayPal, right? And those are in the pinned comment at the top, and also in the description box of the video. There's no set dollar amount. A donation's a donation, and everyone's funds and finances fluctuate day to day and from person to person. So I don't look at a specific amount. I know, slow down. Okay, I think we're ready to go. Hey, Rhonda. All right. So I do not have any donations at this point. So we will start at the very top of the first attempt at going live. And that was Kritika Sayani. And you want to know what is happening next between Anavesh and yourself. All right, let's take a look here and see what Spirit has. Hope everyone had a wonderful couple days. I know I take a couple days off from doing lives. And I miss you guys. I really enjoy doing these, but part of balance, you know how that goes. All right. And I am using the beautiful, oh my God, this box is huge. The Star Tarot. Uh, so I love it. I am Aquarius. So that is the star card. All right. So let's take a look here and see. You want to know what is happening next between you two? You know, there it just feels here with you've got the Queen of Pentacles and the Four of Swords. You can kind of see how Sleeping Beauty, not Sleeping Beauty, but it's almost like it feels like the three bears in a combo with Sleeping Beauty, right? And we have the Queen of Pentacles, which is Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, as well. I feel like right now, what's happening next, there is this uh, withdrawing in right now because you also have the Nine of Pentacles, which the nine is the Hermit's journey. And I feel like what's happening, there's this kind of, this is a peace of mind card here, but it's like letting go of the expectations around things. It's really turning inward, focusing on nurturing yourself with all three of these cards. That's the energy that I have coming through here. And I feel like Spirit is saying this is the important thing that needs to happen right now. It's the understandably, we do want to know what's going to happen in the future. But they have the Eight of Pentacles, which tells you if you do the work and you put in the blood, the sweat, and the tears of focusing on you and cutting away expectations and looking at your worth or in relationship to yourself and really uh, reevaluating and raising your self love, that the Eight of Pentacles is then things move forward in the outside world, which would be relationship. But they're saying here with all of these three cards here, it's all about focusing on you, focusing on your worth within yourself, not in relationship to the outside world, really looking at all the expectations that you have around relationship, because that Four of Swords, their peace of mind, because they cut away all the pressure, all these fears of losing conditional love, which really opened it up. So, that's what kind of they're, like, saying, "The future will unfold, but the what's holding everything up is, things slow down for you to work on your self-love and for them to work on theirs." And so they're, like, kinda saying, "Well, that's a little further down the road, uh, work on this because that'll speed everything up. Otherwise, it's gonna move really slow and it's gonna unfold slowly." I know. So that's what they have for you, Kritika. So many blessings to you. All right. And let me just highlight this here so I can see where I'm at. So, Esther E., you are up next. And you want to know, when will you receive abundance and from what will it be? Work or something else? All right, let's take a look here and see. So, when, pull a card for when, and then a card for where. Where's it going to come from? Okay. Oh, that one right here. All right. So, will you? Well, you have the strength card here and abundance. It's funny. I mean, I think we were meaning money, but they were like, Abundance comes from within." Whoops. And so this is all focusing in on, this is your human self. And with this infinity symbol, this is your higher self. And what this represents is you finding your abundance from within you, because the lion teaches us that when we look outside of ourselves for that which would fill us up, we are constantly hungry, constantly thirsty. And there's this, you know, I usually say it's like American Chinese food. You eat of relationships, situations like jobs, education, finances, possessions, our bodies, all of it ends up falling short and we're still hungry. And then eventually we connect with our higher self. And that's where this um, coming together of our higher self and our human side, we feel fulfilled, we feel whole, we do feel abundant, because what we're really hungering for is the love that we get from up above, which our higher self happens to be made of that love. And it comes here through the Five of Cups. So the Five of Cups is our emotional transformation of no longer looking at the lower vibrational emotional energy that falls short, and we're unable to step into this power of choice, that we get to choose how we feel in each moment. We get to feel and choose, even the stories we put with our mind and where we invest our energy. And I feel like there's such a huge thing for your life, is to realize that no matter how much you get on the outside, it's not going to make us feel full, because that's what the lion goes through. It keeps on drinking from these things that don't fill it, and eventually it connects to up above where it does feel whole and complete. So it's like spirit is kind of nudging, they're kind of bypassing the lesson of, well, we need to eat, I need to have a place to stay, blah, 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 right? I understand all that. Um, but I feel like spirit is saying that the most important thing for you in your journey is to realize what is at the core of the desire and the drive for more in the human world, because it's like we keep on just ordering another course of a meal because I'm not feeling full. And I feel like at this point, at least for today in this moment, they're asking just to take a deep breath and take a step back and connect higher to your higher self and see things from a different perspective. See, what is it that you truly need to feel abundant, and to realize that you really have everything you need inside of you, which transforms the outer world, which transforms, how we're seeing things in the outer world. Um, so that's what they have for you right now, Esther. I know, I know, I know. I feel like what your real question is, but they're showing you what the real answer is. So um, that's what they have for you right now. So hang in there. I know, I know. Talk to your spirit guides while you're talking to your higher self. Go talk to those guys. Tell them what really need to hear. All right, but many blessings to you. Hang in there, Esther. All right, Butterfly A, you are up next. And to anyone that's coming in now, at my first session, the volume was not working, the sound. Mercury retrograde, fun energies, evidently. But I did screenshot the chat, and that's what I'm going down first, and then I will go into the chat of the new session. So, Butterfly A, you want to know, can you tell me what the big tower moment is that you had were told that you were going to have at the end of the month? So a little more about the tower moment. Let's take a look here. Actually, got to make these a little PG here. So the you have the star card and the knight of pentacles. So the kind of tower moment you're having at the end of the month has to do with, the star card is like the wishing upon a star, and the knight of pentacles, with also being like one of the slowest moving nights out of them all, is also about the quest of their worth in relationship to the outside world. So I feel like the tower moment that's coming here is, the wish that you've had, like the dream that you have, like someone, if someone goes, "What's your dream?" and you'd be like, "Oh, my dream is this." And it's like, well, it's what you've been told all your life your dream is supposed to be. And I feel like this tower moment that's coming in here really feels like this revamp of your dream, and a kind of a recalibration of your worth into what you really want, and that you're looking into defining who you are and the fears that you might have had around um, not pursuing the dream that you really want. But because we were defining our worth by all this other stuff, we didn't see how we could combine all this list of stuff of who I'm supposed to be and actually have my dream be able to come true. It's like they're contradictory and they're not allowing themselves to kind of combine with each other. But it's the stuff that's falling away is the tower moment. You're realizing the stuff that you were using to define yourself doesn't matter. You're really seeing this aha type of thing because you have some significant people or things fall away, or both. And you're like, and I'm fine. I actually feel freer. In fact, I want to go this way now. It's that kind of thing where these obstacles are being removed out of your true path. And when you were like, there's no way I can go down that path. Look all the stuff that's on there now. And spirit's like, uh-huh, look over here, and you're like, oh wow, here's this whole highway that's clear, and I can hit that and get there, head off in this direction without any obstacles, and that's where I really want to go. It's that kind of feel to it, that's coming in, Butterfly. So that is what they have for you. So many blessings to you. And Candy World, you are up next. So you'd like to know if this guy will text you for a second time. He texted you once, but you ignored it because you didn't like the minimum effort he put into it. Well, look at you with boundaries. I like that, Candy. So let's take a look here, Candy World, and see, will they try again? Let's take a look here. Will this guy text a second time? Let me just get one more card here. Mm, it doesn't look like it here. We've got the Nine of Swords, which is the Hermit's journey. And, the Queen of Swords, swords is communication, but the Queen is like this kind of new birth. The Queen is who births the royal children. And, I just feel like with the rejection they felt, they just kind of withdrew into their own little world. But the Queen of Swords, she balances heart and mind, and she can initiate a new birth if she wants to. I feel like this is you. I feel like if you um, reply back, you might get different things, but I don't feel like with these cards that they're going to initiate a second one. It's like they were just like, wow, they feel like they got ghosted, right? Um, and Yeah, I just feel like they're off in their own little world with all of that, which is fine, you know. Like you said, first impressions will last forever, right? So if you're like, you know what, even if he did a second time, and where is it going to be? Um, when it's enough. The long list of expectations that we have of, um, you know, how things are supposed to be. How are their texts supposed to be? Well, maybe that's all he's able to offer. And then if you're like, well, if that's all he has to offer, next, then we do next, right? But yeah, I don't feel like they are going to next, but I feel like with that Queen of Swords, it's like look at your expectations that you have around communication and just see, I kudos to the boundaries, but of course we have to live with our decisions too, right? But that's what's kind of coming through there. So many blessings to you. And Daisy, you are up next. So, Daisy, let's take a look here. Will you be famous or well known in the future for your accomplishments? Just a random question. Love and light to you too. Good luck on your final exams. Just breathe, don't stress, don't fear. Breathe, breathe, right? This is what we do. We breathe through it, we don't stress. All right. So let's take a look here. So let's take a look. Anything else on this one here? Okay. Well, so we got Queen of Swords came out again. But we've got the Ace of Cups, which the Ace of Cups is more self-love, and the Queen of Swords is like this balance between heart and mind. And I don't feel like famous, worldwide famous. I just feel like they're pointing you inward here to your own heart, because it's like the outside world isn't going to fill you up. The balancing of the heart and mind, it just shows us, she uses this ace of swords to connect to the capital T truths of the higher world, of the higher realm, and it allows us to fill up, within here and overflow out to the world. And I just feel like they're just nudging you to just be focusing on inward, inward, inward into your own heart. Find your fullness, find your wholeness from within, is where kind of spirit is kind of nudging you to at this point. And I feel like that's also for the, stress around exams and everything else. It's when we try to get the validation of the outside world through, when we put a lot of importance, we'll put it that way, in the opinions of the outside world, because test scores, final exam test scores are an opinion. Um, really, there's like these opinions you read, and they test you on, did you get our opinion and to put the proper opinion on the test? That's what that is, right? And same of being famous and being well known. It drags us out into, we put our power out there for things to define us, instead of us turning inward and upward to something that's stable. Because that's all, that stuff on the outside is constantly changing, constantly fluctuating. And one day, I mean, you've seen it in, you know, everywhere, in stars and politics and um, society and everywhere else. One day someone's really big, and all it takes is one little thing, and there's this scandal and everything's gone, right? That's why they're turning you on in here for your to be for your validation of who you are. Because I said you're famous with us already, in the spirit realm. You're well known up here. and loved unconditionally. It'll never end. So I like that for you, Daisy. So hang in there. Many blessings to you. All right. Anya Ohuya, you are up next. Will something from the past come back in the outside world tomorrow, April 13th? All right, let's take a look here. Anything else here? Anything from the past? No, at first I thought, oh my God, if the Six of Cups would come out, that would be the past. But you have the Six of Swords, which is more moving forward. Old thoughts behind, moving forward. Ace of Pentacles, too, which is the power of new opportunities, new things, um, that are showing up, not old things. You even have the Strength card, which is connection to your higher self here, your inner strength, which is allowing you to move here. But yeah, I don't see something or someone from your past coming in. I see movement forward away from your past into new opportunities instead. So it's almost kind of like quite the opposite. I feel like there's more you're dropping things from the past and moving forward, but nothing old coming back in. So that is what is coming through right now, Anya. So many blessings to you. And I'm excited to see what's happening tomorrow. All right, lovely, lovey. Hello, hello. And so, thank you. Blessings to you as well. And what's the next 3 months going to be like for your youngest daughter? All right. So, let's take a look here and see what it looks like here. My gosh, this Queen of Swords, are they going to just come out the entire time? Maybe it's the Libra full moon energy still coming in. Because we've got the balancing of heart and mind here. So I feel like things are really um, kind of evenly keeled, things coming out. Um, it's like whatever has been drawing her either emotionally or mentally in different directions. It's just this Ace of Wands is she's really stepping into her power. I feel like she's really deciding what she wants, and I feel like this is a good balance for her that's coming in because she's really like um it's like she's short circuiting things when she gets emotional in one direction. She just it's almost like I almost like have see a picture of her talking in the mirror. You're good enough, you're smart enough, and dang it, people like you. It's like one of those old things, but they're like talking. So she talks herself away from there. And then when she gets too mental, too much in her head, she's like, "Oh yeah, come on, come on, heart. You're here. Let's come on." And I feel like really stepping into her power and taking ownership of her own decisions, of her own energy, because all three of these cards, I mean, basically every moment is a mental decision, an emotional decision, and an energetic decision. And I feel like she's really stepping into that, realizing that she's the one that gets to decide what something means, what they want to feel. And even though other people are maybe telling her who she's supposed to be, need to be, blah, 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 she's really stepping into going, it's my life. I'm going to decide. And even if I just decide on the inside and no one knows on the outside, I am making the decisions inside, which reminded me of the story of there was this family that was driving across country, and they had three young children. The youngest was in the middle and the two were on the outside, and the youngest one, like this one, the youngest one, was in the middle picking on the other ones, and they were driving the parents crazy because they wouldn't stop fighting. So they pulled over and they got the young child and they put him up in between. These were the olden days before all these seat rules here in the United States or whatever. And so he wouldn't sit down though. He was standing up and he wouldn't sit down because he's like a toddler. And so he wouldn't sit down. He wouldn't sit down no matter what they threatened him. I'm going to spank you. And they're like, I don't care. And finally they said, well, we're going to take away all your toys. And he was like, And he sat down and he crossed his arms and he goes, "I may be sitting down on the outside, but I'm standing up on the inside." And that's kind of what I feel. This energy is like, I'm gonna do and feel and whatever, make all these choices on the inside. Regardless of what I do on the outside, I'm making decisions on the inside. And so I really feel like this power that's coming in for. So I really like this. It just feels like they're really, like I said, stepping into their power. So that's what I feel, lovey, lovey. So many blessings to you and hang in there. All right. Next up, we have LA. So, LA, you want to know if Kathleen the Gemini is energetically blocking you from receiving good things from coming into your life, and an energy read on her. Okay, we'll take a look here. You're all, yup. You're so funny. So LA. We'll pull some cards here. We're going to do an energy read on her because Spirit has already told us before. Our power is our own. No one can keep me from receiving things. I'm the only one that can stop me. Like, and all the people can curse one another and da 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 da. People can convince you to believe something, and then when you believing it, you're the one who's impacting it. Like if I convinced you that you had a curse on you and you were not going to have anything good, if I can get you to believe that and focus your energy on bad things, like negative things, like fears, like, oh my gosh, these things are going to come into your life. You're like, no, those things are going to come into my life. They weren't until I convinced you to believe it, and now they are headed to your life, right? And then, but because they told me a story, like a vampire. In this story, vampires have to be invited into your home, okay, in order to enter. And so you hear a knock at the door. Scenario number one: you look through the peephole, you see it's a vampire. You're like, "Psh, whatever." You don't let him in. You don't even recognize they're there. Scenario number two is you look through people and you open the door, and the vampire says, "Let me in your house. I want some of your blood." And you're like, "No," slam the door, right? Scenario number three is we open the door and they say, "I want to come in, invite me," and we're like, "Well, okay." And then they come in and they bite us, and then they're draining us of blood. But in that moment, we can also uninvite them and they get repelled out of the house. So we're never, powerless. And then scenario number four, which was the funny one in my book, was, I'm like, no, I'm not going to invite you in. And they show this little contract written in that vampire's handwriting saying, well, it says here, this law, that if you don't let me in, you have to give me 2 bags of blood. And they throw 2 bags of empty bags for the blood into your house. And if you're like, oh, okay, and I give him my blood and I hand it to him, and then he sucks it through a little straw, throws them in again, and says, I want 2 more. If it's me giving my energy, it's me allowing permission, it's me. I'm the one who has the power over my life. So they cannot block you. And I feel that's a very important empowerment for you there. Their energy here, with this 10 of swords here, the 10 of swords is like this. Usually it's someone laying down on the ground with 10 swords stuck in their back, and they're not dead, they're exhausted. It's like her energy, they are trying so hard to live up to so many expectations. And Gemini being an air sign, this is all the thoughts and beliefs and mindsets and supposed to be's and should be's and need to be's and have to be's. And it's around what happiness is supposed to mean. And they're so consumed with trying to live up to all this stuff that it's exhausting them. And they're in this almost to this place of total exhaustion, like almost like a to the point of like a nervous breakdown, where they're trying so hard and failing so much because that long list of rules is impossible. There's even contradictory things on it. And we all know when we try to please all the people, all the time, or wait, I have a different way where I'm like, when you try to please one person all the time or everyone for a moment in time, we still can't do it, because there's always going to be something that we let people down with, and then we feel, and also no one can live up to all of ours either. And I feel like this is where they're at. They're trying to find this fulfillment. They're trying to find like this wish fulfillment, long list of stuff, trying to have it to happen. And they're just in this fear mode because they're to the point where they feel they have to give up, that they can't live this dream that's in their head, but they're like trying to take, who can I take down with me? No, and really not in that kind of way, but they're just like, it's like someone who's drowning and they grab onto you, and they're not meaning to drag you under the water, but they feel like, if I grab onto you and you can swim, I can stay alive. And it's like, but you're dragging me under. And that's the kind of energy I feel that they're going through right now, LA. So that's what they have. So many blessings to you. All right. Dijona Sturgis, you are up next, and you want whatever comes out. So let's take a look here and see what we've got going on here. And thank you guys so much for all the thumbs up that you've given the video already. It definitely does help spread the Zen love. So thank you guys so much. All right. So let's see what else we've got here, Dejana. All right. These two. All right. So you have the Hierophant here, and the Hierophant here is inviting you and pointing you into this maze, which the maze at the center of it is the star, which it does represent your higher self, your true self. And so the Hierophant is like guiding you to have this discovery, to really understand who it is you truly want to be and who you truly are and what you want in life. And the Prince of Wands here, the prince is um, like the knight in the standard tarot. And so, this knight quests after the ace of swords, I'm sorry, the ace of wands here, which is standing in the power, getting our power back, being able to have this, move through obstacles, move through barriers that we've had before. And so I feel like this is what the spirit is nudging you, inviting you into this maze to get to the center, to find your power. And it comes from connecting to up above, not from the outside world. So I feel like there's like this, hey, let's go on an adventure together, with your spirit team, to really step in to understand how powerful you truly really are. And the more you connect to this higher realm, and connect to your higher self, the more um, you become acquainted with that. So I feel like that's what they're kind of nudging you to right now. And that's what they have. So many blessings to you, Dijona. Many, many blessings. All right, Chris D. Okana. Hey, you. I like it. I have a t-shirt that has that on there, which I will be wearing one of these days in one of these videos. I really like it. So can you have a general reading? I bet you can, Christy. You definitely can. You are very welcome. Let's see. What does Spirit want for you right now? Look at that High Priestess card. I love that. I think you get her a lot. This is really stepping into your high temple, connecting to up above, going behind the veil, dropping below the surface, and really understanding what this conflict in your mind is. I don't feel like this is an external conflict per se. I feel it's more internal. It's like old thoughts and beliefs battling against new thoughts and beliefs, and the ace of swords in the middle is winning. It's this is you stepping in and connecting inward and upward and inward and upward. And it's like they're losing the battle. The old thoughts and beliefs are falling away because the 5 is the number of transformation. And I feel like it's just saying, just make sure to spend your alone time, away from all the chaos and all the noise, and it's good. You are making progress. You are letting go of a lot of the old fears of losing conditional love and what will people think. And you have chunks that fall away at a time of these beliefs, but we've had so many for so long. They're just saying be gentle and be patient with yourself. Just when you feel the stress and feel the conflict, just step back, connect higher, sit in that love and that peace, and things will just, it'll bring you out of the fear. It'll bring you back into your calm, and then you can go, "What was I afraid of?" And then you can, laugh at it, right? And go, "Oh, that thing, oh, you know, it's just a story." And I like that. So it's definitely this switching and changing up of things that's coming in. So I like that. So being gentle with yourself is definitely what they are focusing in on most importantly. Like if you heard anything tonight, be gentle with yourself. And I like it. So that's what they have for you, Christy. Many blessings to you. All right, Alex, you are up next for your general reading. You are very welcome, Christy. Let's take a look here. What do they have coming through here? All right. So I do see here you have the Six of Swords, which is you're moving from old ways of thinking to new ways of thinking. So you're dropping some old expectations um, in your life here because you have the Magician coming in too, which I like. It's like this is stepping into your power. You're realizing that a lot of the old ways of thinking that you're leaving behind actually took away power, made you feel restricted and small and powerless, and kept you from feeling like you were worthy, you know, to receive something new, to step forward into something new. That sometimes we feel, well, that's the most that I deserve, and so I'm going to stick it out. It's like, whether it's a job or a relationship or whatever. Sometimes we're in this. It's not really necessarily toxic, but imbalanced, right? More one-sided where like work, for example, like I put in, I'm salaried and I put in 60 hours a week to make everything happen. And but each year they just say, well, we don't have any money in the budget for any raises. But interestingly enough, other people got raises. It's like, and it's like, but we believe that's as good as we could get, and that, or we should just be happy with it. But I feel like you're changing those expectations and those thoughts, stepping into your power, which then you have here with the Princess of Pentacles, which is the Page of Pentacles. New opportunities, new power, new grounding, new sense of your worth, as well. That's coming in here. And so I do feel like this movement of the Six of Swords is also movement in the outside world. I feel whether it's relationship or job or even location where you live or whatever it is, you're ready. You're ready to move into a different place in your life, and it's very positive, and I like it for you. And that is what they have for you, Alex. So many blessings to you. All right. So, Blue Ocean, you are up next. Hello, hello. And will you get a promotion this year? Let's take a look here and see what Spirit has for you here. Well, Ace of Cups for me feels very positive. It's like overflowing. So I feel like this is a yes. And yeah, and you even got the page, you got both the ace and the page, which is the new emotion, new heightened emotion. Um, and I really like this for you. When I first read your question here, I almost felt um like you'll get a promotion, but I wonder if you're being moved into a like it's like not in the same department. I almost felt like maybe not the same company. Maybe it's another part of the company under a different name. I feel like you're definitely these cards are promotion, affirmative, but I feel like it's not in where the area you think you are gonna get. It's almost like a promotion here would be okay, but a promotion over here is even better, or over here is even better, and I feel like you're getting promoted this way rather than this way, if that makes sense. So that's what's coming through, Blue Ocean. So congratulations. I like it. So many, many blessings. All right. So Cynthia Brito, hello. So oh good. Oh, you got your apartment. Wow. I love it. I love that they um that they were correct. I like it. uh And what is it looking like for you in the new apartment for the month of June? Does it look good? You got the apartment for your kids? Oh, okay, sure. Let's take a look here. All right. So I like this here. You've got the 10 of wands, which is you're really in here like the June too with the 6 of cups. Normally this is nostalgia and memories of the past and things, but I really feel like this is the emotions of June. The 10 of wands is like one on one hand, it's this harvest feeling like, wow, okay, here is the harvest. It's all this and it's some work to harvest it, right? But there's also a reboot. There's also it's like, okay, I've reached this. Now I have the ace of wands next because the 10 of wands it ends and then you have the new beginning, which is the ace of wands. So I feel like for June for you in the apartment, it's like you have this um, moment of exhaustion, right? Where you just everything is there, like the kids are asleep, and you just collapse on the couch and go, "We've done it." And then you sit there for like 5 minutes, and then you're like, "All right, let's go." And you have this energy that comes in, and you just are excited about it. You just have this energy that comes out of nowhere, but it doesn't come out of nowhere. It's coming out of you had so many things. It's like 10 the 10 of wands is like 10 things you're focused on, and all that energy was going out into those 10 things, but now 9 of the things are done and you only have one left, so all the energy from the other 9 come back into the one, right? And then you are able to move forward. And it feels very bountiful. It feels very um I like the nostalgic feeling though too, because it feels like home. You know how the 6 of cups, when we think of memories of when we were growing up as a child, we'll have a place that felt like home, and I feel like you're gonna have this type of feeling that, surrounds you as well. So, I like that for you, Cynthia, and congratulations. Many blessings to you. Alright, Info Entertainment, you are up next. I am doing great, now that, the sound is working, it was great anyway, but I even greater with the sound working, and I hope you're doing well as well. I wanna know what's coming in regards to your relationship with your husband A in the coming months. Alright, let's take a look here and see what we've got here. Well, you definitely have this rebirth that's coming here. Because you've got endings and new beginnings, and you have the wheel of fortune. So whatever this rebirth is, whether that's a heightened relationship or the ending of the relationship, whichever it is, it's for your good here. The wheel of fortune is the turning of the wheel where it's for you, where even your human side feels whatever unfolds here is fortunate for you. Because truly everything that happens in our life does unfold for us, though sometimes it's hard for our human side to get on board with it. Like, why would I have asked for that? And sometimes later in our current life, will recognize and go, "Oh, that's why I wanted that to happen." A lot of it on the other when we're back on the other side, we're like, "Oh, that's right. That's why I wanted that," but we're veiled from it from down here. So sometimes it takes trust, but when the Wheel of Fortune comes in, even our human goes, "Yes, this is so good. I'm so on board with this." So whatever is happening here does feel like a big rebirth, ending a new beginning of some sort. And 10 is the endings and new beginnings card too. So it's definitely reinforced here. But I love that they gave you this to tell you that even your human side is going to agree that it was fortunate for you. So that's what's coming through right now, info entertainment. So many blessings to you. Hang in there. I'm sure you know which one it is. All right. Many blessings. Much love. All right. Spiritual Gifts Diva, you were up next here. And so for Rishikesh's feelings and next actions towards you. All right. Let's take a look here. All right. So I do see here the feelings for you right here. The Three of Pentacles is very much a being the true, authentic um, you. And in this case, I feel like this is more their energy. These are their feelings. They're wanting to be the true, authentic themselves and not give in to what everyone else is saying should be, supposed to be, need to be, have to be, etc. And so they're really trying to be in tune with what they're wanting in life. And the Eight of Pentacles does show movement um, between you two. And it all depends here. I'm not getting the, with the free readings, we just do a couple cards. Others, I'd be pulling a lot of extra cards, but there's like this um, movement, and it's either movement up or it's movement out. It's can't stay the way it is. Whatever this authenticity that they're wanting to stay in, they don't things can't stay the way they are. They either have to grow closer or away. And I don't know, I'm not getting the energy of which one is which in those right now. But that's what I feel is going on is they're really stepping into this. They don't want to listen to everyone else's supposed tos and shoulds and need tos and have tos for their life. And so there's going to be action happening here. I feel like they're at that point. So that is what's coming through, Spiritual Gifts Diva. So many blessings to you. Ms. Dra, you are up next. And you'd like a general reading for the coming week. All right. So you do have some movement happening here in the outside world with the Chariot. It is a movement card. It is a joy card. It is the power of choice card that's coming in. And so there is this opportunity. You have the Six of Pentacles, which can be a pretty cool flowing, again, movement in the outside world type of energy. But it's also the awareness of understanding our tendency to overgive in situations. Like usually it's our emotional body when we're 7 years old or younger, where we get this rate of love exchange embedded into our subconscious in our minds that's below the surface. And generally it's like when it's either parents or grandparents or someone like that where we've been trying so hard to get their attention, and we get a little bit back. And so we're children, we don't know any better. We're like, oh, that's the rate of exchange, 100 to 1 or 1,000 to 1. I have to give 1,000 love coins and I get one back. And then it ends up being into our heart, and it impacts our schooling and our work, our relationships, our friendships. Pretty much it rolls everything, that worthiness of I have to overgive to get a little bit back. And this is where this choice is coming in, because I feel like the combination of all this is if you take a moment just to bring that, whoever it was that uh, you felt you had to over please or overdo for, when you bring it from the subconscious into the conscious, it allows you to edit those zeros and get rid of them where it's more 1 to 1. And then you're more the choices that you make for yourself, both mentally, like the story you apply to things, the emotions you want to feel, the energy where you invest things, ends up being do you do some stuff for you? You make choices for you because you feel worthy that you can, and then you step into that. And so I like this for you for the coming week, because if you just do it just a little bit, it doesn't take a whole lot. Just bringing it from the unconscious to the conscious solves so many things right off the bat. It just allows things to go, "Oh, that's what's been running." It's almost like you have a computer that you had a website you went into to play some music, and you minimized it, and you forgot it was there, and you were like, "Where's all this music coming from?" And once you bring it back to your screen, you can X out of it, and it doesn't impact you like it was. So, that's what I feel is coming in for you next week, and it's a great opportunity, very empowering opportunity if you choose to do that. All right, Miss Draw, that's what they have for you. Princess Pinky, you'll be the next free reading up here. Let me take a quick sip here. All right. So, who is manifesting you into their life and obviously them into yours, right? Because we're not slaves, right? No one can manifest me into their life against my will, I know, grabbing onto things and, scratching on the ground, trying to keep us to go there. I feel like you get this temperance card a lot. I'm not sure, but it's like the patience, right? It's unflowing, it's unfolding ever so slowly, going back and forth. It will eventually turn to gold, right? But there is this individual, whoever this is, it's someone who, we all have divine masculine, divine feminine. So they're very a huge nurturing personality. They really understand stepping into their power, and they're able to really birth things into the world, strong manifestation powers, because they know that whatever they focus the wand on, it happens. So manifestation definitely is something that they are aware of, and they are looking for, a special person like yourself. And the black cat on here represents the cup side, the water side of the Queen of Wands. She rules over fire, but all the queens are given water, which allows them to connect to the higher realms, to the spirit realms too. So they're really intuitive, and they really might even have like a spiritual type of I don't know, not a spiritual type of occupation, but they're it's more than a hobby. It's like um, it's a way of life. They have a very spiritual way of life about them, not like a standard organized spirituality either. It's unique because they don't like to follow other people's rules. They like having their own way of living outside of the norm. So I like that. But so that's the type of individual. It could be very much a fire sign with all of that energy. So that is what they have for you, Princess Pinky. For right now, a little more tidbit. All right. Lexus, you are up next and you'd like a love reading. Let's take a look here. What does Spirit want you to know right now? All right. Well, it looks like here, Lexus, you're on this kind of inner journey right now that's designed to help free you from some restrictions and to bring some movement and love into your life. The Hierophant invites you into the maze to really get to the core to understand who you truly are and what you truly want, not necessarily what everyone else has told you you should want, you're supposed to want, you need to want, you have to want, blah, 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 blah. These rules that are, rooted in the fears of losing conditional love. The swords here is you leaving behind like three swords that no longer serve you, these beliefs that no longer serve you, and moving towards calmer waters. And so that's where this movement is coming in, as you're letting go some expectations around love. It frees you up. They have become anchors that were keeping you from being able to move forward. And when you really look at what's holding me back and you look at some of these beliefs, it's like around the how, the who, the when we have so many restrictions, it just, like I said, it just weighs it down, where there's all these anchors off that little boat that's dragging it and it's not able to move but when you like pull up an anchor and you're like, why do I even have this one? And you're like, snip and throw it overboard, right? And you have another one, then you start to feel forward movement. So the more of these expectations around love, of all these stories that we're told, and we have this, very thin path that it has to happen. It makes it very difficult for us to find love that way. But when we open up more to the universe and to the creator and go, you know what? I'm going to leave the how to you, the who to you, and the when. Ooh, the when to you as well, because we know that they will bring in the perfect person for us in the perfect way, in the perfect timing. And if we rush it, then we end up getting the bread out of the oven early and end up with a whole mouthful of dough that still hasn't risen. It's just like a mouth of old bread dough. So we can trust that they're going to bring us the perfect thing for us. So that's what they have for you. I'm just going to close my blinds here. It's all dark outside. You always wonder who's watching you. No, I'm just kidding. All right. So that is Alexis's reading. Many blessings to you. Much love. And then up next after that was Rose. And if you're new coming in, my first session, the volume didn't work. Mercury retrograde, playing its little trickster. So I had to restart, but I did snapshot the chat. So I'm going off the old chat once I'm done with that one, which I'm like 5 away, and then I will start in on the new chat. All right. So Rose, you want to know, how does the Aquarius perceive you? Ooh, let's take a look here. Of course, we all perceive everyone as ourselves, right? But all right. I like this for you, Rose, with the pink flower, the pink rose picture. The full card is like a new adventure, this new journey that's really free of a lot of expectations, because the zero is the first card in the major arcana, which the world card is the last one, which is letting go and leaving behind old ways of thinking. Old cycles are ending and a new one's beginning, but it's more free of rules, which Aquarians, they love their rules, but they don't want anyone else to have rules in a way. They like the freedom. They like the old ways are just old, outdated. We want new ways, um, and so this is, here's even the star, which is represents the Aquarius energy. And it's like, here we go. We're on this new adventure. And so they're really looking at that here, really open. And um, they're looking at the excitement of the adventure, but they also um, are wanting it to be a free adventure. And they're also looking here at the Two of Wands here. And the Two of Wands, I feel like their their perception of you, which again, when we look at other people and whatever we're perceiving in someone else, we're all mirrors, right? And so we get to see some of ourselves in the other person. And so when they're looking at you going, wow, you're really learning to step into your power of where you invest your energy. You are recognizing that you're the co-creator of your life with the creator, and that where you focus your energy is what you draw in and what grows bigger. So when you're focusing on unconditional love and joy and peace and laughter and gratitude and what you do want to draw in, it's like it gets bigger and that draws that stuff in. But you also recognize when you focus on your fears of what may leave your life or what you might bring in, fear what might come in, we draw it or repel it. And I feel like they're really seeing that you're stepping into it and you're realizing it, um and they like it. So they're really feeling like there's this new energy about you, this new empowerment about you, and they feel like, wow, so we're going to be able to have this free, open um, path without a lot of rules, so we can go have this wonderful adventure. And that's what I feel like their perception is. Again, when a monkey looks in a mirror, it sees a monkey. So that is what they have for you, Rose. So many blessings to you. All right. So, Star Girl, you will be up next. And anything from the divine guidance? Absolutely. Let's take a look here. Okay, that one. What else? All right, Star Girl. So you've got the Five of Swords and the Six of Cups. Five of Swords represents like conflicting thoughts and beliefs and mindsets. So it's kind of like a things are being brought up in your mind. It's like um, a Four of Swords is like a wonderful peace of mind, and it's like it's flowing, it's smooth. And a Five of Swords is like something's like right there in your face where you're like you can't get it off your mind, and you keep on seeing similar situations, and it's just like it's your mind going, I need you to think about this. I need you to look into this. I need you. It's like they're going, hey, 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 hey. And so whatever this thing that's been on your mind, I feel like it, with the Six of Cups, it's of course tied to emotion. Our thoughts are, we have one emotion and it triggers 1,000 thoughts. So these thoughts are bringing you back to an old emotion that's bouncing around inside. And it's giving you this opportunity to transform a painful memory, which has created painful thoughts and restrictive thoughts and limiting thoughts, right? And the big thing about the Six of Cups is when we realize that every moment is either of unconditional love or fear of losing conditional love. Every moment, every memory is one or the other. And of course, the painful memories would not be one of unconditional love, it would be one of fear of losing conditional love. That's where the pain and the suffering and those kick in that make us create these protective rules to make sure that thing doesn't happen again. So what happens then is we look at the painful memory in a place of no judgment and calmness, right? As much as we can, and just go, okay, so if this was not unconditional love, this was a pain was happening, fear was happening here. So I was in fear, and uh, when if whatever someone was doing that was making my little inner child feel unsafe and out of control, someone was saying something or doing something that out of fear themselves, their inner child was feeling unsafe and out of control. So they said things or did things that were unintelligent, unkind, unloving, uncompassionate. Because when we go into fear, a human pushes out that intelligent adult, emotionally intelligent, this, it all gets kicked out in a way. And we all do stupid things, and we take on their actions towards us as meaning something about us, and we carry that for a long time until it comes up here like this, and we look at it and go, okay, so that person was in fear. It wasn't about me. This was just a little 2-year-old or a cat mind in them trying to feel safe and secure again. Then even it wasn't even meant for me at all. It was just them freaking out like someone drowning. They're panicking. They're doing whatever they could to not drown, and I just looked like a raft. They grabbed onto me and started dragging me under the water too. They weren't trying to kill me, they were just panicking. When we start to do that, we look at the situation differently, we look at that person differently, but we look at ourselves differently, and we kind of transform that memory from being, instead of being a vessel of pain that was from someone else's words or actions, we forgive, And we don't forget. We don't like, "Oh, I'm never gonna," we don't want to anyone to do those things to us again. We won't allow it, but we release the wrath. We pour out the pain, and then we allow that to be a vessel of love instead. And so this is what they're having here for you. Whatever this thing that's been wrong, like it's directing you to an emotion from your past that can be transformed, and then relief comes both in heart and mind. So that is what they have for you, Star Girls. So many blessings to you. Hang in there. All right. And um, I have a couple donations, so I'm going to take care of those. Dollface Diva will be the next free reading when I come back. Cynthia Brito. And then I do have a PayPal one come through as well. So I will, that one will be next. So we knew it, didn't we? Didn't we? Oh, congratulations. I know you are such a good mama. All right. So are you having a boy or a girl? Let's take a look here. So you got the Princess of Pentacles. So I think you are right in that it is going to be a baby girl there. A princess. The Princess of Pentacles. And I love that it even shows up. Let me see. You can see it here where the star is right there at the womb. Little star shine coming in there. So definitely. And with it being, pentacles, the page of pentacles, they're very powerful. Um, the pages, they hold the power of the pentacle energy, of the earth energy. Um, yeah, yeah. Wow, look at that. A lot of fiery energy. I feel like she's going to come a little early because she's really excited to get here. So, not extremely early, but definitely before her due date, and an earth sign. So um, if your due date, um, what do we have? We have Virgos, we have Capricorn. Capricorn's like December. When's your due date? Would it be around December? December 21st through January 21st, around there? But yeah, definitely healthy, fiery for sure. Your due date should be December 18th. I think they're gonna revise that, give you a later one, but I feel like she comes early. But I kind of felt this earthiness, which she's on the cusp, so, definitely. Well, yeah, that would be Sagittarius. Yeah, right? Sagittarius, fire energy, and earth. She'd be on the cusp of Capricorn and Sagittarius, so, definitely a combo. Wow, so there we go. I'm excited for you, Cynthia. I know, but, you're such a good mama. You're such a good mama. She chose you for a reason, of course. So I like it. So many, many blessings to you, Cynthia, and much love to you. All right. And then my other donation. Hey, Renee. I am doing great. I hope you're doing well. Yeah, I just did it just now. So if you want to just rewind like 5 minutes or whatever. Oh, no, not your free read yet. Sorry, I misunderstood you. I haven't gotten that one. I think that one. Oh, wait. Yeah, I did that one too. I did that one. That one was like maybe 30 minutes, 45 minutes ago. The one about the apartment. Yeah, I did that one already. All right. So, Renee. So, okay, mama, let's take a look here. Okay, so you want to know all this is about the mama. All right, let's take a look here. All right. So, for mama, um, May, the Five of Wands, it's standing out to me here that, so May, the Five of Wands, it's like conflicting energy to start off with, but it ends up being fine. I think like May is going to be like probably her roughest month health wise. Um, but it starts out being, and it's like nothing. It's almost like they show me like the volcano, like it doesn't erupt. There's this volcano. It's like we see smoke, and they're like, "Oh my god!" Everyone starts running, from the volcano because it's going to blow, and then it stops and it goes back. And it was like, "Oh, okay." It seemed like it was, but then it turns out not to be, not a false alarm, but it's like it's not as bad, and it calms down, and everything's fine. And, by September here, wish fulfillment, overflowing, feeling very solid here. So I feel like these two are actually, month, numbers, and I feel like May is kind of like rough in there, and then it's okay. And then the Nine of Cups is like, woohoo, just feeling full of life and overflowing here, there. So, I feel this is good here. Again, I'm not a professional medical doctor. And so we should always, of course, seek professional licensed practitioners with everything. Tarot is designed for entertainment purpose only. I always have to say that when we ask about medical or lawyers or psychology or whatever, because that's how it is here in the United States. So, but yeah, I like these for you. It just feels like there can be like woo, um, but again, they're just a little little smoke from the volcano, and then it stops, and it was exciting for a moment, but then everything just calms down, and that's what the Five of Wands does. Starts off feeling like something like a battle, and then it's like, oh, it's nothing. It was all for me, and I almost feel like it just brings something to uh like whatever causes the alarm. It's not that they're like, oh, no, no, you're fine there, and like, oh, but your cholesterol's up, we just need to put you on a different diet. This is what this it was, just giving you gas, or whatever. and, and so but because of whatever the smoke is, they realize, oh, but there's this that you can do it, and it makes her feel so much better when that happens too, is kind of what I'm feeling. So that is what they have for you, Renee. Many, many blessings to you. And thank you again for your donation as well. And Cynthia, if I didn't thank you for your donation, uh, thank you as well. All right. Always victory. You're my next. You are very welcome. Um, Donation. Thank you so much for your donation. And you want to know, will your guides support reconciling eventually? So we'll take a look here, and we're just gonna. I feel like you're asking your guides just, um, is it for my highest good? Is this where we're headed, and is this for my best? Or even if it's not for my best, will you allow it? That's our power of choice, right? But let's get their advice first and say, do they feel like reconciliation? Okay. Yeah, would this be good? Will they support that? Okay, very good. Let's see here. So obviously we see here the world card was the ending of old cycles and new beginnings. So, they're saying that a a reconciliation in the future is possible, but it takes a great amount of transformation. I mean, look at all these butterflies, so pretty. But it's the ending of old ways and beginning of new. It's almost like you'd have to go to a whole new planet, a whole new world. and and the reason they're saying that, Justine, because you get it, that there would take a lot of power of choice being made here, leaving behind a lot of emotion that no longer serves and making a choice. Again, here's the emotional choice, the energetic choice of letting things go and not looking at them anymore, leaving them behind, consciously choosing, not looking at who someone's not being, not fearing, something's going to happen, just it would almost be like a daily gratitude life experience with each other where there's very little, you're not doing this right, you're not being who I want you to be, and this would be from both parties, right? um, and that it would be more of a sincere everyday, this is what I appreciate about you. Would it be a change? It would almost be like, if you ever, what was it, the Stepford wives, the Stepford children, whenever it was like they replaced them with androids, to where they almost, it was like so positive and so loving that it didn't feel real. But it's almost like they're saying reconciliation can happen, but it would take a great amount of this effort to do that. But they're saying, if you both are able to do it, you could end up with this 10 of cups, which is this emotional overflowing and togetherness, the Stepford, life, and the Knight of Cups. It's the movement of emotion, but it would really take the pursuit of this higher inner love, which would truly change everything and give you this. Because what happens, the Knight of Cups pursues the Ace of Cups, which is the Holy Grail. It's full of the unconditional love of the higher realms. We become the chalice. The love falls down from the heavens, fills us up, and then overflows out. And then that's what overflows out into the outside world and makes it appear this way. Because, when we're trying to look for the love in the outside world, it always falls short, right? Because the love that we're searching for is that Ace of Cups love that we find on the inside, inward and upward. And no one in the outside world can give that to us. We have to go in here to find it. But once we find it in here, the outside world totally changes where we don't feel it's lacking because we have everything we need, but we allow and we want that love in the outside world, not need it, but want it. And it's above and beyond. And that's where that kind of Stepford 10 of Cups energy comes from, is like, I'm full and overflowing with love, and whatever love you can give me is perfect. We're not looking at like, well, you didn't give me enough love today. You only gave me 85%, and so that's what's coming in with that. Um, so it is possible. It would take that work, that inner love work from both sides, right? And I have very little doubt that you can't accomplish that, and that's what you're working on right now. However, I'm I'm more concerned about the other party. But that's what they have. So, your guides are always in support of your desires, what you're wanting, where you're wanting to head, and they'll support in any way they can along the way, giving you guidance that you ask for. Um, and of course, anything else you asked them to do before you came down here as well. But it's so much in your hands, of your, we've been talking about the choices of our thoughts, our beliefs, the stories we put with our mind, the emotional choices we make, and the energetic choices that we send forward as well. So that is what they have for that question. It looks like you have another one coming in here. Would you be able to earn sponsorship? All right, let's take a look here. All right. I Thank you for your second donation. Always victory. Appreciate it. Okay. What else? All right. Well, we've got the Fool card, which is about a new adventure, and the Three of Cups, which is celebration and joy, and your spiritual posse. By the way, them saying, "Yeah, we'll support you." Here they're showing up. But with these, I really feel that you could. It would take some going back and forth. The tempering. It would take time to unfold. Patience as it unfolds, right? And, yeah, the only thing that you would have to really look at here is the 7 of swords, and the swords are your thoughts, your beliefs, your mindsets, your attitudes. These are your own limiting beliefs that would have it's kinda like the thievery or the deception card that have deceived you about your abilities and your worth and stuff from the past. And so it's all bringing it up, and you're becoming aware of it and removing it, and that allows you to move into this. So definitely very positive cards here. It just takes you looking at this because it's like this is the only thing you were the only one holding yourself back. These thoughts and these beliefs and these mindsets from the past. So you're able to earn, sponsorship. Um, definitely very positive cards here. Just again, a temperance card is turning metal, base metal into gold. It just takes time. It just unfolds in the perfect timing. But that would be the only um, other thing besides that. Seven of Swords, just while you're waiting and things are unfolding, you're looking at your fears around this, and it allows you to clear those beliefs away. So that is what they have for you with that one. Always victory. So many, many blessings to you again. Thank you for your donations. Greatly, greatly appreciate that. All right. So, would a other party do their part for sponsorship? Okay, let's take a look here. Oh, no problem at all. I appreciate and honor your donation. So, you can ask as many questions as you'd like. Yeah, at some point, you can also check out my I do offer personal readings. If you look at my the description box of the video, it talks about the pricing and stuff. Because sometimes, you know, um, it's like, hey, I can buy one of these and have 15 minutes, 30 minutes. So, oh wow, very good, very good. I'm so happy for you. That is great. Well, so I shuffled and more cards came back out here. Here's that 7 of swords that came out again. Um, so, would the other party do their part for the sponsorship? You had the 6 of wands, which is victory, and I feel like they're just saying, once you look at your fears, what are the underlying fears, in these, beliefs that you have? Then it's the 6 of wands is like victory, you're seeing, and it definitely has that here. And that makes sense too here with the 9 of wands. I like this 9 of wands because it shows here the dark wolf and the white wolf, and you stepping into your power, and you're the one that has removed the obstacle that would have kept you from moving through here before. And the Ace of Pentacles is the new opportunity, as well. So I feel this is all affirmative, and this does show me, these cards together show me that you are looking into your, like you said, you had a breakthrough. I just really feel, yeah, here's the breakthrough the energy barrier. But you definitely are, moving through this, um, you know, barrier and past these limiting beliefs. Yeah, exactly. You're the one that that whole that story about um Yay! There we have 2 wolves inside of us that are always battling, and they're like, "Which one wins? Whichever one we feed," right? Oh, I know. Wow, and then you had a breakthrough. Well, well done. High-fiving you. I love it, I love it. Very, very happy for you, always victory. Absolutely. Thank you so much. I honor, thank you for your kind words, and I really appreciate it, and thank you for all your love and support as well. So I love it. I'm so happy that, we were able to be here and that, the perfect individuals are drawn, together in this lifetime. So I'm so glad that we're here. Absolutely. Very good. Very good. Yay! I love it. Thank you so much. Made my night, and thank you for all your donations. I'm excited for where you're headed. So this is great. Uh, Love is the most powerful force in the universe. I will get you eventually. I was jumping out of order to for the donations, and I still have people that I have to jump back to. So I'll eventually get down to where you're at, possibly, depending on how many I have. So thank you for your questions and your patience as well. Okay, not sure what that means, but I'm gonna jump back here. So I think I saw the donation. So we left off with Dollface Diva, and so a general reading for Dollface. Let's see what Spirit has here for you. All right. Wow. Definitely this place of choices here. You have the choice card with the chariot. So there is movement and choices. And this is, every moment we get to choose what story we're going to put to every situation. It's either of unconditional love, or the fear of losing conditional love. We choose our emotion in each moment, which is either of unconditional love or the fear of losing conditional love. And then also our energy, which this Two of Wands reinforces that power of choice of where each moment we're investing our energy in one or the other. We're either focusing in on, unconditional love and joy and laughter and peace and um, gratitude, drawing in what we do want in life, and that's growing, that's expanding. Our mental choices, emotional choices, our energy are all growing that. Or we're choosing the fear, and then we're choosing what we feel is going to leave our life. We will repel it out of our life with our energy. Or if we fear we're going to be something's going to come into our life, we will draw it in with our energy. Or if we're focusing on what's in our life that we hate and we don't want, it grows and gets bigger. Or if we feel we're missing something in our life, we repel that further away and have more missingness we get to experience. So I love this energy because it's really like this awareness and this practice. I feel like right now that it's this time of, like, you're in the, if you have ever taken like chemistry or science in school, and we had the book portion and then we had the lab where we went to put the information into practice. I feel like you're in the lab right now, and you're having this opportunity to put this power of choice into action and realize, okay, so normally in this situation I'd be choosing that, but now I'm going to intentionally choose this instead. I normally would cry, now I'm going to laugh. I'd normally feel this way, I'm going to feel this way. You're choosing stories and emotions and energy purposely, very, very purposely right now. And I feel like this is what spirits want you to know right now. So that is it. Easy breezy. They're like, focus on choice. Focus on the choices you're making. Story, emotion, energy. I like it. All right, Diva, Dollface Diva, that's what they have for you. So many blessings to you. Then up next, we had Sushila. And so you want to know husband AJ's feelings for you in next actions. All right, let's take a look here and see what the spirit wants you to know right now. Mm, you know, this is kind of an interesting reading for you, Sushila, because the Three of Cups can go either way sometimes. It can be a joy, celebration, da 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 kind of card, or it can mean there's like a third party love involved, right? And I don't want to be the bearer of that kind of news, but if that's what spirit is needing you to know, because justice then comes in here with balancing and seeing things from a different perspective, can be court, type of stuff too. And I kind of I don't know if you're picking that up already, if you're feeling like there's something going on and that there might be something that leads to court. Um, that would be supported by these cards here too. Otherwise, it just they don't necessarily combine in a different way. The only other way that these would combine would be that this is the Ace of Swords, which is allowing you to see things from a different perspective, cutting away expectations and thoughts and any kind of conflicts that brings joy. But that would be their feelings and next actions, which I just don't feel like those match up here. I just kind of feel like there might be another individual out there, and I just feel like you're going to be seeing this balance out and come to fruition here. I feel pretty quick, if it's not already, going here. I just feel like that there's this. Uh, how would you say it? There's a third party, but there's this conflict. It's just interrupting your guys' relationship. And with that justice card, it does feel very legal. That's coming in there, and I'm so sorry. I know those are not fun situations. Having been through a couple myself, I know it feels raw and it's like ugh. But when the big things that helped me later in life, which I know when we're going through it, nothing helps that. But later, when I realized that everyone was my teacher, showing me what I wanted to see about myself, but also that their actions were about them, they weren't about me. And but they were showing me how I felt about myself and what I wanted to see, and I learned so much from them. And we learned that people don't leave us, they're removed out of our life for us to make space for something that's more in alignment with where we want to head. And it clears people out of our way for our path to go where our higher heart really wants to go. um and so I know that's not a whole lot of consolation, but hang in there. That's what I feel is coming through with those cards there. All right, Sushila, much love to you. All right, Julia, you're the next free reading up here. Blessings to you. And you want any messages from Leo? Let's take a look here. See, it's a PG, this one picture here. So you have the star card here, which is about balance. It's a balancing energy. Normally there's like 7 stars up top, which represent like our 7 chakras. Oh, there's 7 butterflies. So there's 7 chakras, which is the balancing of the chakras. And we actually even have the King of Cups, which is balancing heart and mind as well. And I feel like the message would be that there's this balancing that's coming in here. They're trying to figure things out. The 7 of Swords would be the mind piece that's balancing out the emotions that if they haven't made action, if they haven't done things, it's because they've got this seven of swords, which is our, thoughts, beliefs, mindsets that have stole from them and deceived them in the past, that's kept them from having love and stuff. And I almost feel like it's overbalancing it. It's like it's out of balance, and they're trying to balance things and get things to where they feel they can um allow their heart to express itself. I feel like right now they're just really caught up in their mind quite a bit, with those thoughts and those fears that they've had from the past. These beliefs around you're not good enough, and people always leave you, people always cheat on you, people always just use you for your money and your blah, 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 all these things that keep them um, from allowing themselves to feel and move forward and that type of stuff. So that is what they have for you from them. I feel like it's just patience of, trying to, you know, work through that. And, yeah, and I don't, whoa, that got really big really fast. Sorry, I was trying to move things around and I went huge there. Okay. So that's what I feel is coming through right now for you there, Julia. So many blessings. So hopefully that helps. You're like, oh yeah, that makes sense. All right. All right. So let's take a look here. So now that was the last one of the first session when when the sound went out. So now I'm starting into the chat of this current session. And so up here, Morg in the void, hello, hello, and Morg in the void. What is the energy of your current relationship? Let's take a look here. All right. All right, Morg, let's take a look here. What do we got going on here? Ooh, okay. Whoa, whoa, whoa. What's happening here? So it's interesting because you got the Princess of Cups, which is the Page of Cups, which is like this newish type of love energy. Well, at the same time, we've got the Heartbreak card coming in, which is the fears of losing love. It's like, is it new? But we're fearing it's going to end. We got the King here of Pentacles, which is this balancing energy, and it's like there's this lesson plan going on here. The king, of course, he rules over the outside world, and they're a big balancer of the outside world. um but it just feels kind of like there's this, one of the big pieces of wisdom he brings is when we look to the outside world to define us, we feel unstable because the outside world is unstable. And I feel like this is what they're showing you here is like, yeah, it always feels unstable. One moment it feels brand new, the next moment it feels like it can end, but then it's wonderful, but then it can end, but then it's wonderful, but then it can end. It's like it's going back and forth. And that's what the King of Pentacles realizes is that people change, people pass away, people walk away, and that's why relationships feel unstable. We eventually turn inward and upward and we find this wholeness of what we're looking for, and then we feel solid and stable. um, the relationships we're in feel solid and stable because we see the world as we are, not as it is. So that instability, when we find the solidness, we can see the solidness because we're not freaking out as much, one, right? Because we're not looking for them to complete us. We are complete on the inside and they're just above and beyond extra. So we don't ask of them of things that they cannot, you know, complete, that they cannot live up to. So I feel like it's kind of going. Whoosh, 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 whoosh. It's like watching a fast tennis match or ping pong, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. But the instability is an indication for you to turn inward and upward, and it can transform things. And I feel like it's an opportunity to do that if you so wish to. But that's what's coming in right now for you there, Morg. So many blessings to you. And Sun and Moon, thank you so much for your donation. So we will jump to that. And absolutely, my pleasure. Thanks for being here and thank you for your donation. You want to know the wife of your Taurus friend has asked for a divorce, no kids. And they said that they will start talking about dividing assets. He hopes to keep things amicable, but where they won't. Will things remain amicable and how long will this process take? Okay, so let's take a look here. All right. Yeah, definitely there is newness here. Let me take a look here and see. Okay. All right. I think it's just these here. Because the first cards that came out is the full card. So here's that new beginning. That's this freedom that's coming. They have the Ace of Swords. So, again, new beginnings, new beginnings. Aces, aces, full card. So definitely I see here this is this renewal, this new beginning, this new adventure that they're having. And um, your Taurus friend is going to be, of course, looking at their expectations, looking at things from a different perspective, really trying to understand all of this about love, right? We've got the Five of Swords and the Seven of Swords. So there's going to be conflict, but there is light at the end of the tunnel. There is victory, there is smoothness. There's just regular, everyday, you know, difference of opinion. The Seven of Swords has been showing up here. This is, of course, what of our own thoughts and beliefs and mindsets, cheat us out of opportunities and stuff. And, the deceiver, they're afraid to be deceived. And so they've all this stuff that they're working through here. So there's going to be a little bit of, it's not going to be, uh, you know, um, debate free, right? But I don't feel like it's what was it? The War of Roses? Wasn't that a movie where it was like a couple decades ago? But they, were fighting, fighting over divorcing. But it's not like that here. Yeah, because we've got the Justice. Here's the Justice. So going to court, and the Magician, which is very stepping into the power and manifesting things coming in here. I feel like with this it does come in pretty fast and pretty equal here. And so I feel like they work through their differences here pretty fast because the Seven of Swords and the Five of Swords, you have the Ace of Swords here, which when they see things from a bigger perspective, and they get beyond their fears, things move pretty fast. That the 11 of the Justice is standing out for me, and I don't feel like it's going to be November. I feel like it's more like 11 weeks, if that seems possible. Yeah, that would be what, almost 3 months. So that's possible if they um, get lawyers right away and understand what they're doing here. Yeah, again, Five of Wands, a little bit of conflict in the beginning, but the fives are transformative. So it feels like it starts off a little bit, but then it quickly the cats calm down, and then they move along, and it ends up being very amicable. Um, okay, I wouldn't say very. It ends up being amicable, as amicable as a separation can be, right? But that is what I feel is coming through right now, Sun and Moon. So thank you so much again for your donation. Greatly appreciate that. Let's see, we left off with Morg and Candy World. We already took care of that. All right. And LA, thank you for announcing that. All right, Cheery. We did not have you before. So, cheery. Angel guidance on how you can make this path of life easier, faster, so that you can start another path. Isn't that the question of the ages? Whoa. Okay. Yeah. So, and this would be the answer to that question for all of us. How can we make our life easier or faster so we can get on to our next path? Well, our entire path is from birth to death. It's the same path, right? But the hermit card is connecting to the spirit world, making sure we're taking our alone time, getting out of the chaos, getting out of allowing our connection to spirit to help guide us on the path. They will guide us the most direct route into our next stage of our paths. But the Ace of Wands shows us our power, right? It allows us to see that whatever we focus on is what grows and expands, right? So when we focus on like our hermit journey, when we focus on going inward and upward, connecting to unconditional love and joy and laughter and peace and gratitude for what we do have in our life, that grows that instead, right? The light grows brighter and we're able to see and we're able to go further on our path. Excuse me. But when we focus on what's on our path or in our life that we don't want, we feed it and it gets bigger. If we're focusing on like, oh, I'm missing this in my life, then we repel it further and we enjoy missing this more. That's how our energy works. Whatever we focus on grows. When we focus on a fear that something will leave our life, we do repel it out of our life. When we fear something will become into our life, we actually draw it in. So one of the biggest pieces of advice is that we can all have is realizing our power, that life doesn't happen to us, it happens for us. But we are the ones that choose the story we put to each situation, emotion we choose in each situation, and especially that Ace of Wands, the energy I'm investing in each moment. Am I feeding the dark wolf and making it bigger? Or am I feeding the white wolf and making it bigger? Because when I start to feed the white wolf and not feed the dark wolf, it becomes smaller and smaller. And that's how we go upon our path. And that's how that it can make our life easier, faster. We don't, when we're having bliss, when we start choosing these, we don't need it to move faster because we're like, "Ah, okay, we can stay here, right?" You don't want your vacation to go fast. You want the work to go fast. And the work becomes less when we start focusing on those things. So that's what they have for you, Cheery. So many blessings to you. Hang in there. All right. Let me just see. So, Cheery, Rhonda. Hello, hello, my friend. Good to see you. So, you'll be the next free reading coming up, but I do have a donation. Thank you so much, Natalia. All right, Julia, glad that made perfect sense. Info, yes, you did. I did complete your reading a little while ago, maybe 45 minutes or so, maybe. I've lost track of time, but I have completed it. Let me see. Info. Let's see. You're probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 people before. What is that? Maybe 45 minutes might be good. But um you were uh before spiritual gifts diva and Ms. Draw, Princess Pinky, Alexis, Rose, Star Girl, Dollface Diva, etc. So if you see those, you might be like, oh, rewind more. All right. You're welcome. All right. So Natalia, and then Anna, you'll be up next after that. So Natalia, will the connection with D improve? Thank you so much for your donation, Natalia. Let's take a look here. What does Spirit want you to know? Will the connection with D improve? Okay, that one. Let's see what we got here. All right. Well, it does look here. We've got the Ace of Pentacles, which is about new beginnings and kind of fresh starts. The Moon, Mother Nature, Mother Nurture. Mother with Mother Luna, um, diving deep into the unconscious, diving deep and seeing here. Um, it just feels like there's something hidden that's going on here with that connection with them. We got the Four of Cups and the Empress here, and then also the Fool card. So, yeah, you know, with all this newness in here, Natalia, whoops, sorry, with all this newness in here with Ace of Pentacles, especially the Empress's new birth, and the Full card is a whole new journey. The Four of Cups is like this is the regular relationship, and there's something, a higher love that is offered. I almost feel like here that all this newness isn't about this connection improving with D. I almost feel like with your connection and your gut instinct, I feel like you already know that it's not worth the stress. It's not worth the wait, not worth the stress, not worth all the energy and effort. And I almost feel like you have to like shrink and you have to walk around on eggshells, and you never know what kind of mood they're going to be in, and are they going to be set off by something you say or don't do. I just feel like all of that, it's like underneath, I feel like this is your intuition, your connection to spirit and your gut instinct, and you're just like, yeah, right. Sometimes it's just hard to put things into words. I feel the emotion, and I almost just like, it's like I want you to be free. This is what I'm feeling here is I want you to be free. I want you to not have this settle for this love here. I want you to have this higher love. I want you to have this new journey that's where you're free to be yourself, and you feel, sensual, you feel birthed, you feel free of restriction, and that you just feel empowered in yourself and your worth. And I just don't feel like you have that with D. I just feel like, bleh, so that's what I feel for you here. And I almost don't want the connection to improve because it it would mean like putting a beautiful bird that sings so beautifully in a soundproof cage, and you wouldn't be able to be you, and I wouldn't want that for you. And that's what, like, the energy I feel is coming through here. Um, so there you go. So sing, Natalia, sing, be free. And I like that for you. Something much, much just free, 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 and someone who appreciates you, and you get to shine. Someone who encourages you to shine instead of to dim is what I feel. So again, thank you so much for your donation. Much love to you, and hang in there, Natalia. All right, Anna, thank you for your donation. And you like a general for Dave and you. It's a friend you've got a crush on. Ooh, let's take a look here and see what does Spirit want you to know around this friendship. All right, so I feel like this, you've got like one card and two cards, and then two cards and one card. I feel like this one on this side is you, and this one is them. So let's take a look here and see what we have. All right. So I see here you have the Four of Wands. So yeah, you definitely have a crush on him. It's almost like, I want to marry you. That's like the marriage card, the celebration card, you know. And you have the Knight of Cups, which is the romance. the seeking of love. So that's there. The only thing is the 8 of Cups is that you would, and the 8 of Cups is walking away from emotions that don't no longer serve you, moving into wish fulfillment, which this is the wish fulfillment, right? So I feel, of course, this definitely is your energy here of like showing the crush. Interestingly enough, so the 8 of Cups goes off to the 9 of Cups. And so the 9 of Cups is them. This is their energy. They feel, kind of this wish fulfillment stuff inside too. But they are in this kind of cocoon. They're in this rebirth process here, this transformation. I don't know, did they recently have a breakup or something? I just feel like they're whatever this is, they I feel like they have some emotions that are down underneath there, but you are a butterfly already, and they're a caterpillar in transformation to become a butterfly. And I feel like they realize that they can't they can't keep up with the butterfly yet, and so they're in this transformation, they're having things fall away. I like it though because they're the queen of wands here, so they are, fiery personality, and they've got the connection to their emotions, as well. And they're stepping into their power. It's not like they're not like a victim type of person. Like they won't be like, "Oh, woe is me. I'm just such a hurt person." They're just like, "You know what? I got some stuff I got to deal with, and I'm dealing with it." And they deal with it. And that's why they're in this transformation here. Um, and because they're like, "I want to be a butterfly because I want to be able to flutter and go where you can go and not have you struggle." They're showing me a butterfly trying to carry a caterpillar along with them. you know, Butterflies sweating and they're almost crashing because the caterpillar is so heavy, and the caterpillar is just like, just put me down. I'm gonna go into my cocoon. I'm gonna drop a lot of this caterpillar juice, and I'm gonna turn into this beautiful butterfly, and then we're gonna be able to fly places and do things. But they don't want you to have to carry the burden of the caterpillar. So I love your spirit guides. They just always bring such hilarious images in my head. Um, but I do love that for you because it's very responsible. It's very non-victimhood, but they're just like, you know what? I got my caterpillar juice to turn into my caterpillar soup so that I can leave the caterpillar stuff behind. And I need to struggle to get out of the cocoon myself because that's where I build my muscles. I appreciate your support. I'm seeing this cocoon with the caterpillar forming into the butterfly inside, struggling, and you're on the outside going, "Go, go, you can do it, you can do it." You're not ripping it open, because if you ripped it open and tried to rescue them, they wouldn't have the wing muscles to be able to fly. It's the struggle they need to go through to be able to fly as well. And you're like, "Right, go, go, go." So I like it. Maybe that's Bug's Life too will come out. But, that's what they have for you, Anna, so I love it, I love it. So, many blessings to you. Thank you again for your donation, and thank you to your spirit guides for cracking me up. Alright, much love to you. Alright, Rhonda. So, we are to you, and general message about love, love, love. Let's take a look here. What does spirit want you to know about love? So they have you here, really being true to your authentic self, first. They want you to kind of, keep on this path that you're on of finding out who you want to be, what you want, and not being drawn off into different directions by other people's expectations, the supposed tos, the shoulds, the need tos, the have tos, all that blah, blah, blah. You've been getting rid of it more and more, less fearful, less and less fearful of losing people's support and getting punished by people. And you're just like, you know what? I'm going to be me. And I just love the strength. I mean, what have we like known each other maybe 6 months? And over these 6 months, you just have blown the walls away, and really have made so much progress in the strength of being true to you. And I like that. They're saying, continue on this. Don't worry, you have the Knight of Wands, fastest moving, passionate horse in the entire deck. So before you know it, you'll have new passion that would enter into your life. But it'll happen in the perfect timing, right? They're just saying, continue to focus on you, do the things you love, enjoy your life. You are whole and complete without needing someone on the outside, and you're getting to this point where you don't need someone, right? Where you're like, I want someone but I don't need them. And that's the power difference from where you were, right? If you look back over a year ago, you're just like, who is that person compared to who you are now, right? So I like it for you, Rhonda. So many, many blessings to you. Much love to you. Very funny. All right. So, Vidi Jalan, you are up next. So, Vidi, what does your energy look like currently? All right. Rainbow, rainbow, rainbow of color. It's like if someone could see, whoa, your chakras or your aura, they would be like, oh my gosh, it's like a color festival, just bright, 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 bright. Well, this is the only one that they have here. Anything else here? Mm. Okay. Makes sense. Because here you are, you're the hanged man is that you're in your wonderful cocoon. You're really, glowing here. And the Ace of Cups, you're really connecting. Well, here's the rainbow I was talking about. So there is this beautiful, bright sun, you just filling up with this beautiful love from the inside out. It's just growing and growing and growing. And I feel like you're feeling this transformation that's going on here. And I know when the caterpillar loses its you know skin and it becomes the caterpillar juice that it does, you know uh feel strange for a while, but it feels free because it's not restricted like it was before, and it's just filling up the cocoon and it's transforming. Things are changing and it feels totally lighter and different because you're becoming lighter, you're growing your wings to be able to fly. And this is the kind of energy that's coming in right now. It is still the pausing I'll say coconut cocoon energy. Put the lime in the coconut and shake it all up. They but it is this transformation, and it's just growing and growing. It's taking you to these different places. So I do like that for you, VD. But definitely this it feels very bright and rainbow is what I'd seen. So that is what they have for you, VD. So many blessings to you. Okay, I think we completed that one already. And so, living life, why did Sean block you? And will you two get back together? All right, let's take a look here. What's going on with Sean here? And will you get back together? You know, this blocking here, he really steps into his power here. He's making these choices all over the place. The Chariot card is our power of choice, both mental, like the stories I'm choosing to put on things, the emotions I'm feeling, the energy I'm investing, movement, movement, movement. And I feel like for them, a lot of movement. I just feel like they just have gotten it's almost like I don't want to say fed up with their life, but fed up with their life in so many different ways. And it's like they're just threw the baby out with the bathwater. I feel like they're just like, they wanna restart or reboot. It's almost like these feelings of midlife crisis, where they're just like, everything old just feels restrictive and I need to be free. And then they just leave all their friends and family and anybody behind and things and leave their job and sell everything and buy a red, like a super red ninja motorcycle and blah, blah, blah. I just feel like there's all this kind of stuff that is happening. And with it being a major arcana, it's a significant thing there. Getting back together, I don't know. The Justice card here, I just feel like they're just clearing away so many things out of their life that they're just trying to find a balance in their life. And I just feel like they just threw everything off one of the scales. They're like, I can't balance this out. I'm just getting rid of the scale. And I don't feel like there'll be a getting back together because it's like they're in the wind is what I'm hearing. It's just they're like, they've made a choice to leave so many things behind and they just not looking back. So whatever triggered them or things triggered them, I feel like there was like a bunch of it, um, that they just were done. They just made this choice and they just went with it. So very, very interesting. I know, right? And, it's fears that take people into that fight or flight where they're just like, at some point, especially like with that justice card, at some point, we feel that we have so many expectations on us that we've been given all our entire life that we're just like, they just want to chunk it all and say, I can't do this anymore. And we just totally go a different direction. It's like, we either like people will attempt suicide. I don't think he did, but this is like people will attempt that because that's the way out, or they just leave everything else behind and make a choice to go psh, and go, you know what? What's the worst thing that could happen? If I'm going to kill myself, no, I'm going to do all this. So what's the worst thing? I could die, and it's like they just are doing that. So that's what I feel living life is coming through there with Sean. So many blessings, Jay. Hang in there. All right. So Cynthia, I think we said, wow. All right. So Dondera, you are up next. So you'd like to know what Jay and SR felt when you spoke to him today. All right, let's take a look here. Wow, a lot of thinking. So when you go, what he felt, I don't know if they had any feelings. He had a lot of thoughts. Is he an air sign? Because then he would be thinking a lot. Because the first card that came out was this Prince of Swords, which would be the Knight of Swords, which is movement of thought and belief. And we have the Queen of Swords, which is balancing of heart and mind. So more thoughts and beliefs, but balancing of heart and mind. And the Eight of Swords, which is looking into their own thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that have made them feel restricted and trapped and bound and blinded in the past. So you definitely gave him a lot to think about today. So I'm not sure what the discussion or what happened when you guys chatted, but you did activate a lot in their cerebral cortex where they're thinking a lot about things, thinking about what has held them back, thinking about some of their fears. And, um, with that Queen of Swords is balancing the heart and the mind. The heart has feelings, but with all these swords, I really feel like they are an air sign, in that they are keeping their heart in a kennel, like a little kennel caged, while they review and analyze and contemplate and think about things and overthink about things. So that's what's coming through right now, Dundera. So hopefully that makes sense to you. If you're like, yeah, I gave him an ultimatum and I gave him a lot to think about, you're right. Or, it's just like, even if you're just wonderful and kind and nice, you made them think, "Oh my gosh, I wonder, could I be in a relationship?" I mean, I just feel like their head is spinning. So that is what they have for you, Donderas. Many blessings to you. And Christy Biffins, you are up next. You are very welcome. All right. Hey, hey. I am doing well. I hope you are well. Oh, you're just saying hello and appreciate you. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate the appreciation and I appreciate you too. Much love to you. All right, Butterfly, you're very welcome. You're welcome, Candy World. All right. Love Within, you are up. So, will the guy give you the title for your car, anything for your birthday week? All right, let's take a look here. Happy birthday to you. May your next rotation around the sun be filled with more unconditional love, joy, and gratitude than you can handle. I like it. So, will he give you the title to your car? I like the full card. It's like a fresh start without any expectations and everything around it. So, I almost feel like this would be a yes because it's like free and clear, starting at zero, right? So, I really like that for you there. And for your birthday week, you've got the Knight of Swords coming in here, which is movement of thought and belief and mindset. And it's like this quest for truth and communication. I feel here swords is, communication. And with this, the knight is like movement, a lot of communication. So, of course, for your birthday, you normally will have a lot of people that will contact you to give you good, birthday wishes and stuff. But I feel like it's going to be more than normal. I feel like you're just going to feel like, wow, you're going to feel like a rock star that a lot of people, wishing you happy birthday and a lot of communication, a lot of reaching out, a lot of wanting to get together, people wanting your attention. So I really feel a lot of that is coming in for your birthday week too. So I just feel like it's like you're in this zone where I don't know if you ever have it in your life where I'll go with pockets of time where I won't hear from people for months and months and months. And then in a week, I'll get like everyone wants to do something and then it goes quiet. I feel like this is what's happening to you. It's been kind of quiet, but now everyone's coming out of the woodwork for your birthday, and you're gonna feel very special because you are, and that's what they have for you. Love Within. So many blessings to you. All right, you're welcome, VD. All right, and Felicia. Hey, hey, Felicia. So you'd like to ask who you were and where you were from in your past life? Ooh, always fun. Let's see. Which you were in very many places, very different times. Let's see which one they want you to know about today. What past life do you want them to know about today? Okay, that's who, and this is where. Wow. So you were an empress. No, you were not Cleopatra. Maybe Cleopatra's sister. No, but this is you were in a place of prominence here. I do feel here, more Mongolia, if that resonates with you, because I felt China, but they're like, but then go up, and they were like guiding me in a map to go to Mongolia. So I feel like you were an empress in a Mongolian tribe that was there. Um, and of course, this would be back more in the pre it's when Mongolia was big, when they had a lot of different tribes that were all coming together. It's that period of time they're showing me here. Because you have the justice here too, which I feel like with this empress, it's more high priestess empress energy, where not only were you like the a princess, and within them you didn't get to rule, of course, over the kingdom or anything, They didn't wouldn't allow that in the time frame where you were there. But for some reason, the Justice card is telling me that you were more of a shaman, you were more of a healer, which doesn't have anything to do with justice, but I just feel like this balancing. I feel like it's all of this back here. It's just showing how you're connected to nature and how you did bring information. The Ace of Swords here was this you being able to connect to the higher realms with knowledge and wisdom and um, omens, and you were able to tell when the eclipses were going to happen. You just were really connected to where you were a shaman, medicine woman, but you were also like a princess, and then you ended up being the wife of the emperor, not like an emperor over all of Mongolia, but they were broken off into huge tribes, and one of the tribes is the one you were over. Um, so I like that for you. So hopefully, if that resonates there for you, so we can always look into that. And it's like it's the time when there was all these tribes, and because they needed to come together to withstand an outside force, and then they all came together under one emperor, like one big person, but you were still just over, whoever you were married to was over like one of the tribes, if that makes sense. All right, Felicia, so many blessings to you. That's what they have for you for that one lifetime. All right. And Dijona, did I already? Yeah. So we already completed you over there. Lovey, lovey. Thank you. Hey, Kavita. Many blessings to you. I don't think we did that yet. And so a general reading. Or did we? No, I don't think we did. Sorry, I had a screenshot from the last session, and some people redid them twice, but it sounded familiar, but I don't think it was you. So, general reading for you, Kavita. Let's see what Spirit wants you to know right now. Ooh, okay. Whoa, two sevens. And what amazing two sevens to have here. So, Seven of Wands. You really are stepping into your power here. The Seven of Wands is usually like you're standing on a dark hill and you're being seen by the world, you're being seen by people. And some people don't like it that you're, having this bright time in your life. And so some, because they feel low, might poke at your bubble, trying to burst your bubble a little bit, but you're like, you don't have to worry about it. Don't You don't need to defend yourself. The sun does not ask permission to shine. They just do, and whoever can't handle it can get in the shade. And you're okay. You're fine here. Um, you don't have to defend your brightness, but if you want to help lift people up because they feel low, you can do that out of compassion, but you don't have to. This just is like shine bright, shine bright, And the Seven of Cups normally is emotional confusion, but I don't feel that is what's coming in here for you, because with this brightness, I feel like you have a choice of wishes to come true. I feel like you're in a place of manifestation where your energy is just full and flowing, and whatever you focus on, as long as it aligns with your higher self and the journey there, you will have a lot of stuff. It's almost like you have your choice of wishes to come in here. So a lot of emotional fulfillment that comes from this as well. So I really like this for you. So if seven is a special number for you too, that's a synchronicity for you. All right, Kavita, I like it. Many, many blessings for you. You're welcome, LA. Christy. Blue Ocean, you're very welcome. Good morning, Blessing from Africa. Good to see you. Good to see you. Absolutely. You can get a love reading. You're welcome, Felicia. Krishna, there's no list of this. The chat is the list. So if you put your question there, I should be able to get down to there. I am going on 2.5 hours. But this is my first night back, so I usually go a little longer anyway. So I should be able to get down there because a lot of these I think I've already done. So, blessing. Let's see what Spirit wants you to know about love. All right. Well, I like that this came first before this. Because the Three of Swords is heartbreak, it is disappointments from the past. And there's just some old thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that have been juggling around underneath, here. The Queen of Swords, perfect one to have with this, because she does balance the heart and the mind. And this Ace of Swords here allows you to see love from a higher perspective, right? It allows you to connect to the capital T truths of the higher realm, which is rooted in unconditional love, and cut away these thoughts and these beliefs because the heartbreak that we were taught to believe really is just fear. And this is allowing you to release your fears, balancing out your heart and mind, because once these are removed out of here, it opens up the flow. It's almost like this creates like a beaver dam. You know how um, beavers in the United States, they'll create all the stuff and block the flows of rivers and have this big, they'll create like little ponds and lakes sometimes. And that's what's happening. There's the flow of love is not happening because of these past pains that you can look at and you can transform. And once you realize that it's not that your heart can never be broken. It's just we feel like it. We came down here to feel what it might feel like to have our heart feel like it's broken, but it's really just fear. Like when someone scares you and goes, "Buh," and you realize, oh, it's your brother or sister that was trying to scare you, and then your heart calms down. But that feeling of that's the heartbreak feel, right? When you really realize that it's the same feeling, but that the heartbreak from an emotional monster, not a real monster, it loops it because it hasn't found a resolution. Like, I'll never find love again. I'll never find love again, or whatever it is. I'm not worthy. You know, we'll continue to loop those things until we get resolution and we really think about them and see them from a different perspective and go, is that really true? Other people's actions mean something about me. I think it means something about them. And you free in yourself from these thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that have been holding it back. So I like this for you because you're on this step of pulling those swords out of there, and that opens up the flow then for love to come in. But right now, it's the time for you to look into that. So that is what they have for you, blessing. So I like it. Love is to come, a flood of love. Just have to do a little bit of breaking some dams. All right. So thank you for your question and many blessings to you. Hey, Intuitive Enlightenment. Good to see you if you're still hanging out. Yeah, we took care of those. We took care of those. Took care of those. All right. So love is the most powerful force in the universe. What a great, long, but beautiful screen name. So you want a reading, but you want to know how you can it can detect curses in you. Okay. Let me take a look here. I think I've already answered these other ones. Let me just scroll down here and see what else you wrote here. All right. So, love is the most powerful force. So, we'll do a general reading here. And you asked, are personal readings different than personal? I don't, I'm not sure I'm getting that there, but it's been a long day. So, if you want to re-ask that question, I can answer that for you. But so we'll do a general reading. And so about the curses and the hexes and all that. I'll pull cards here, but Spirit has always told me, and I actually gave the example a little while ago because someone had said, "Is someone else impacting them?" No one, it's like when you say someone put a hex on you, people can, try to convince us that they're putting a hex or putting a curse or doing something to impact us. But no one can make our own choices. That's our free will, our power of choice. I get to decide my life and no one else. Now they can influence me, right? I could try to convince you, hey, I put a curse on you and this is going to happen to you. And if I can get you to believe it, your energy is what causes the curse, not mine. But the fear, if I can ignite the fear in you, if I can convince you to have your energy focused on fear, then that's going to draw it to you. But if you are like, you know, say, screw you, you can't do anything to me, then they can't. And I'll give the example here that I gave earlier because it's a great example because it really brings clarity. And I feel like it's more than for just you and me. But so it's like a vampire. And in this example, vampires have to be invited into your house to be able to enter, right? So there's four scenarios. The first one, you hear a knock on your door, you look through the peephole, there's a vampire. You can tell they want to get in, but you're like, oh, well, you don't answer the door. Okay. Scenario two, you open the door, the vampire says, let me in. And you're like, no, slam the door, right? Third scenario, you open the door and he says, let me in. You're like, okay, come in. Rah, and they suck the blood and they're doing that. But at any moment, I can be like, no, I uninvite you. And then they have to leave. We're not powerless ever in the situation. And then the fourth scenario is you open it and they invite you, they want you to come in, and you're like, no, you can't come in. And then they hold up this little rule book that's in their handwriting, and they're saying, well, it says here, if you don't invite me in, you still have to give me 2 pints of your blood. And they throw 2 bags in. And if we believe it, and I go and I put the blood and I give them the bags and then they drink it with a little straw and they throw them back in and go, okay, give me 2 more. If I continue to give it to them, I'm the one that's empowering it. I'm the one that's doing it, not them. So they can't have this power over you. But if they can convince you that I've given you a curse, and in a lot of societies, a lot of people will support that they're curses because lo and behold, I have a way to get rid of that curse for 10 easy payments of 29.99. Be awfully convenient, right? Well, let's take a look here and see what else Spirit wants you to know around this situation here. Okay, they actually want an oracle card for you. So they're going to pull from the Return of Spirit Oracle. All right. And you have the Violet Flame. And these are fractal imaging, which I'm going to show you here. Because whatever you see is a special message for you, but I do want to show you, because they do mention the bat. There's a bat here in the middle. You can there we go. You can kind of see the bat there. And then I'm going to read this to you. So, most of us experience a dark or difficult time at some point or another in our lives. And though it may feel like it will never end or never be better, the Violet Flame card is here to tell you that it will be. The only way to conquer the shadows in our life is to turn off all the lights and face the darkness head on. This is a process of purification. The violet flame shines its light, providing you with the way and the means to see your way out of the inner darkness once the shadows have been conquered. The experience you're having right now, although could maybe being painful and challenging, is providing you with the means and opportunity to clearly see what is and is not working in your life anymore. It can help you to see how you've been allowing yourself to be in the world and how you've been holding yourself back. It can help bring the clarity to recognize the people who help serve your highest good and those who do not. In the center of that fractal image is the symbol of the bat. And in animal medicine, the bat is a symbol of change. He holds the light of the violet flame for you as a means of guiding you through this process of change. When you do make your way back, you will find that neither you nor your life is exactly the same as before. Change is an inevitable part of this process. It's nearly complete, sweet soul. Just know that once you have made your way through, you will be stronger, both within yourself and on your journey. You will have more clarity about your path and how you want to walk it. Yeah, the violet flame is very much your crown chakra, stepping into your power as well. So I like that for you, showing that they're saying everything's going to be fine. You're going to be so much stronger through that, but really recognizing who is really truly helping you and who is not, who is taking advantage of you with curses and healings and all this when you have the power within you. You're the one that's deciding things. Whatever you focus on is what grows and expands. So if you focus on your fears, they get bigger, we draw things into us, or we focus on gratitude, unconditional love and joy and peace and patience and all that positive stuff that grows and expands. And anything that any vampires we've invited in, we uninvite by not focusing on them anymore, right? So that is what they have for you, love. So many, many blessings to you. And hang in there. All right. Let me just see where we're at here. So we completed all those, completed all those. Hey, Shayna, Dory. All right. So, Shayna, you'll be my next free reading. I think I'm almost to the bottom here. Yeah. But I do have a donation, Olivia. Thank you so much for your donation. And you want to know, will DW and you really go out of town in June, and will it be romantic or just as friends? Okay, let's take a look here. So, will you go out of town in June? We'll find that out first. Okay, and then is it going to be romantic or just friends? Anything else about that? Oh, okay. All right, let's take a look here. Too funny. All right, and then let me look at these here. All right. So I feel like there's going to be a change of plans because we have the Hermit card, which is about, going to spend some time by yourselves. Um, but you have 9, 10, and 11. You have 9, the Hermit. You have 10, which this ends up where you feel fortunate, where you feel like, okay, whatever the change is, it's okay. I mean, this is saying that even your human feels like the change that unfolds is for your highest good. And you're like, okay, this is much better. And then the justice cards, you have 9, 10, and 11. So um we have this balancing out of things that happens after here, the letting go of some expectations, um, slicing away fears of losing conditional love, and allows a freer, more journey to happen too. So I like this. It's major arcana, so it's like it's a change up, but it ends up being so much more of a better experience with you going out of town, because of this change, seeing things from a different perspective, cutting away some fears. Again, the Wheel of Fortune tells us that everything that unfolds in our life unfolds for us. But sometimes our human has a little bit of trouble buying into it, right? Like, why would that? I have asked for that. How can that be for me, right? But there's this freeing up of that. Um, and this is where even your human feels whatever's unfolding with this delay, they're happy about. Um, so, an example um, could be like, instead of going into this place, we're going to go somewhere else that's even better. It's like we were going to go here, but now it's going to be a longer and we're going to have more time or something like that, right? Also, with some of the things that happen in the hermit with the delay, with that cutting away of expectations, that allows the time that you're going to have to feel so much more free and so much more enjoyable, because you're going to let go some of your fears, because some of your fears are going to be able to see that they're not, there. Let me show you. Five of Pentacles, feelings of lack, abandonment, being left behind, being left out in the cold, transformation of that from where we have felt that in the past we are learning, like, where does that come from? You know, you know, the feeling of abandonment that we have had earlier in our lives, like younger, 7 years old and younger in our lives, where it brings it to the surface, it allows you to look at it and release it and forgive it, and it doesn't impact you anymore where you're going. And so this is what I feel like you're going in a different place, because you have the 3 of Wands, which is a change of direction. You do have the 9 of Cups, which is wish fulfillment, and 6 of Swords, again, another movement from old ways of thinking to new ways of thinking, but also a movement in a different area. I still feel like it's going to be in June-ish, maybe like the first week in July. Oh, 4th of July weekend. Oh, okay, I get it. So I think you might change it to where you guys might go 4th of July weekend somewhere. But this is a movement. It's just a change of direction, going somewhere different. But I feel like the delay allows it to be more romantical than it was going to be out of that. Whoops. Didn't mean to hit my microphone. Yeah. Yes. You won't go out of town. I feel like it's gonna not early June. I feel like it's gonna be maybe like 4th of July weekend. So it's gonna be like longer because it's gonna involve a holiday. If that makes sense, it kind of feels like that. And then definitely a different place. I feel like it's a change of direction. But then, because of the delay, you have a couple more weeks to work on some of that little stuff of the feelings of abandonment from the past and letting go some of expectations around relationship, so it can be free and you can allow to appreciate each other, appreciate who you are, appreciate who they are, instead of comparing them to some rules and where they're falling short, because that's bleh, right. We want it to be focus on as little expectations so you can celebrate who each other are, instead of going, well, it has to be this and this and this or it's a horrible weekend. Well, you're going to have a horrible weekend instead of zero expectations and you have an amazing abundant weekend. Okay, so that's what they have, Olivia. Many blessings to you. All right. And always victory. Thank you so much for your additional donation. So, will your finances improve over the next month, or will you need to take a full course load this summer? All right, let's take a look here. Okay. Okay. Let's see what we got here. right. I do see the 10 of Pentacles as a possibility, which would be your finances improving, but it does involve the old 1-2, literally, the Magician and the High Priestess. The Magician is the divine masculine energy that you have, which is about this, um, you know, initiating things, doing what you can around something, right? It's you stepping into your power, you focusing on what you can, you really doing in the physical world also what you can. But the high priestess is the divine feminine energy that you have within you. So it's like recognize what you can do things about and the things you can't, allow the universe to bring miracles for you. Allow yourself to ask and be open to receiving from the universe, from the creator, from source, right? So we've got the you can take action and doing things that you know that you can do, and where there's things that you're like, well, that's outside of my control or I can't do that. Boom, ask. Step into your high priestess temple, connect to the moon and to creator, however you feel your higher power is, and ask them and allow them to bring in some miracles for you, because you do have, after those came out first, but I wanted to give you the good news first. Because then you have the 10 of Pentacles, which is abundance, and the 4 of Pentacles, which is a very stable number, a stability in finances too. So I really like this here. So again, do the old 1-2, focus on what you can do, and then ask the creator and spirit for the rest. And you definitely have the capacity for that. Go ahead and ask your clarifying question, and unless I just clarified it for you. So, should you go to school on a full schedule or not? Okay, so you're asking about finances. School. So, whatever the finances is, wherever you're able to get finances from, it's like do what you can. So, if it's at asking for grants or however you get money, spirit is saying you initiate what you can on your end, and whatever else, ask for assistance in there. So let's just ask a yes or no question here. Full course, should you take a full course load? 3 of Pentacles. Be true to the authentic you. Don't worry about what other people will think. It's like I know it's not like they're telling you exactly right, but they're saying, um, don't don't worry about what other people think, and or whatever. Do what you are wanting to do. Um, so I don't know if that's really helpful at all there, because I feel like if you will initiate, if you'll do things that you can do on your end, and where you're like, well, I can do this much, but I'll need this much, then ask for it. And then if you don't have the finances by the time you have to decide the full course load or not, then you know what you can do in that. But it's like, in the meantime, do everything you can for finances on your side, and then ask the universe and creator for those things that you can't, and allow them to bring those things in. So it's the difference between being like you know, manifesting things and doing things, but then also allowing spirit to give to you too. Yeah. So whatever you are wanting to do, they're saying, you do you. Don't worry about what people are supposed to, should, need to, have to, whatever. What do you want? There's like, do what you want. If you feel pressure, like, oh, I don't want to do that, but I feel like I'm supposed to. No, if you follow your heart, allow you to do you. Is what they keep saying. So, all right. So that is what they have for you. Again, thank you so much for your donation, your multiple donations. Always a victory. I really appreciate you. All right. So, Shayna Doree, you were the next free reading. And What or who is coming into your life next? Is it bad? You've been feeling a weird energy around you. All right, let's take a look here. Is it for your high well, it's always gonna be for your highest experience, but we'll see what kind of, thing is coming in here. Okay. The next, who is coming into your life here, you actually have the 3 of cups. I feel like this is like a group, like a couple, individuals, and I don't feel like it's romantic or anything like that. I feel like there's just, like, some close friends, because this is like your tribe. It just feels like there's this, coming in here, and the Princess of Cups, it just allows you to feel this joy and this celebration that comes in here, um, and the Nine of Wands, is like you're breaking through a barrier here. Um, a weird energy around you, this, Nine of Wands here, how it has the dark wolf and the white wolf, and this is really you stepping into your power here, and the, um the energies that we, are feeling around us here, I just feel like it's within your power. Whatever we fear is what we draw into us, and so I almost feel like there's a fear of some kind that, has just drawn in some of this fearful energy, and you can quickly eradicate that. You're very empowered. So, focusing on gratitude, focusing on unconditional love and joy, and, igniting that bright light allows you to push out, anything, and something that you can consider doing, because you can cleanse your own home energetically, where some leftover negativity, like if sometimes if someone comes over to your home, um, and they're having a lot of fearful lower vibrational energies, it's almost like, I don't know how to say this in a nice way, but it's like if they, someone farts in your house and it just kind of lingers there, and you're just like, who came in here and had this energy here? And they're just so funny. But so it's like you can, this pocket of energy someone left behind, you can just, if you want to sit on your floor or in a chair or whatever, if you put your hands on your floor, on the arms of the chair, and just allow this bright light to ignite from within you, go through your arms, and just see the energy go into your chair or onto the floor. And then it just goes into the floor, and into the walls, into the ceiling, and it just goes throughout all of your home. And then it even starts going through the air, and it allows whatever energies, any weird energies or whatever around you, to convert to light. And because we don't do it mean, we're not like, "Get out!" We're just like, "I'm filling my entire, home with love and light." And you can either convert to light or you can step out, because you can't survive in the light unless you are becoming the light. And then if it's an energy that doesn't want to be light right now, then it just can go to the outside and it's not in around you anymore. So that's something that you can do, Shayna, but, that's what they have for you. And I like this little, small circle of close friends that are coming into your life. If you don't have a little tribe, I feel like you're going to have, at least two others where it's the three of you, right? And I like it. So that is what they have, Shayna. Many blessings for you. All right. Krishna Devani. Hello, hello. So we are to yours here. You are welcome. All right. So, anything good or any good coming in your love life? Ooh. All right. Let's take a look here. See what spirit has here for you. All right. I feel like right now there's a little bit of clearing away of some clutter to make space for love to come your way. I feel like you're in a pause so that you can raise your love vibration, so that you're not going to be drawing in what you've drawn in before, right? We're going to cut away some expectations. This is what the King of Swords does. The Seven of Swords here represents your thoughts, your beliefs, your mindsets that have cheated you out of love, and that deceive you around your worth and what your lovability and what you're allowed to come in. And it could be subconscious. If you're thinking, oh, I don't think of anything, it's because they're down there in the unconscious where 90% of everything is, right? But I feel it does have to do around here with this Five of Pentacles, which is the feelings of abandonment, being left behind, lack, being left out in the cold. And so this would be those feelings that are making you feel like you don't deserve certain love, and that you allow just, it's like here, you don't deserve a full moon, only a partial moon. No, you deserve a full moon. And the King of Swords here is you stepping into your power here, because the King of Swords not only rules over air, but he gets a second portion of air. So he's the master of thought and belief and mindset. With that Ace of Swords, you're able to connect to the higher realms and really see from that point of view, from a place of unconditional love, the truth of things. And it allows you to cut away these thoughts, beliefs, and mindsets here, these small t truths that are rooted in the fears of losing conditional love, these fears that you're not, worthy of it, or this is what people always do. It's really this freeing um, of the expectations of what love is supposed to be and should be and need to be and have to be and must be, and who I'm supposed to be, need to be, blah 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 blah, who they are supposed to be. This is how it's supposed to unfold. This is who I'm supposed to be. All of this stuff, right? And there's this clarity that comes in, and it clears the clutter, because when we have all these expectations, we're telling the creator and the universe it has to be this and exactly only this. They're like, well, this is on back order for 1,000 years. But if you get rid of these expectations, if you release more and more and more and give us the leeway of the who, the how, the when, we're going to bring you something so much better in a much shorter period of time too. Something where we trust the creator and we trust the universe. So there's this release of those things that's coming through right now. So that's what they have for you right now, Krishna. So hang in there. It's totally worth it, because you raise your love vibration. You draw in someone who's so much more than anything you've ever had before. So it's definitely worth the reflection and the timing there. So that is what they have for you. All right. Hey, Saline Lenure. Julia, yeah, if you're still here, Julia, you can always donate and ask follow-up questions. Absolutely. All right. And Saline Lenure, all you have to do is ask your question, and I'm almost done here. I've almost been on 3 hours, so I'm almost going to be finishing up here. But if you put your question down below, I will definitely try to get to it. So we did that one. We did that one. All right. Cushy Tomvi, you want to know, is there a relocation for you this year? Let's take a look here. All right. You know, I feel here you've got the Six of Cups, you have the King of Swords, and you have the Ace of Wands. The Six of Cups, the first thing that jumped into me here is this flying here. The Six of Cups normally does not mean relocation, but with a combination of all this, I feel like there is definitely this possibility. The King of Swords, though, tells me that there are some expectations that would need to be removed. So maybe you're wanting to relocate to one specific place, but opening your parameters on where you're willing to relocate to opens up the possibilities here because this is new passion, new starts, new energies that are coming in here. And I just feel like they're flying somewhere. But it would take here um, being more open minded about where you want to relocate to. Um, and then things would open up. So that is what I feel is coming through for you, Cushy. So many blessings to you. Yeah, always victory. Yeah, I like it if you guys it's this deck here. It's a huge box, but I love it with Star Tarot. Um it's one of my faves. All right, Shirley Maydor, you are up. Well, and ask, will your business improve this month? Ooh, let's take a look here. It looks like it's kind of just stable here with these fours. Four is like a huge dining room table with, four huge legs on it. It's a solid foundation, but it's steady. I don't feel like it's improving. Like it's not. It's kind of staying even from what I'm seeing here. The Emperor is this energy of Aries and new beginnings and newness, but I feel like with the fours, it just feels very stable. Um, so I don't know if it's it doesn't feel like improvement, like more. It just feels like it's a stable, like the finances are or the business is stable. So whatever that means to you, but it's just two fours. It's very clear, stable. It's like it's um, on there. So that's what they have for you, Shirley. So whatever stability means to you, then there you have it. They're being vague. I don't know why, but I feel like you know why. All right. Okay. Guarded Caribou Cushy. Always say. All right. Mez P. What's coming your way this week that you need to know? All right. Let's take a look here. Well, you definitely have a new beginning, like this new adventure. It's the ending of old cycles, the beginning of new, something that's more free. I feel like you have an opportunity to just let go of a lot of supposed tos and shoulds and need tos and have tos and musts. Really opens up an avenue for you here because you have the Fool card and the Chariot, which two major arcana can be a significant change for you because the Chariot is the power of choice card. You get to choose what emotion you want to feel as you go through something, what story you apply to it, and where you invest in your energy. I feel if you invest in the dark and the fear and the restrictions and everything else, that you don't get the adventure. Like it just it doesn't allow the opening of the gate to go here. But if you focus on gratitude and focusing on opening up and not having rules and supposed tos and shoulds around a situation, it really opens this up and allows a new start, allows a new adventure and a new journey to happen. But it's all within your hands, with all within your power of choice. So very empowering. I like that for you. All right. And we did already answer, I think, Cushy. Yeah, we talked about the relocation already, so we already took care of that. All right, and Punitha. So, Punitha, uh, what is coming to you in love? Uh, yes, Aileen Lenore, please ask your question. That'd be great. Um, so, what is coming to you in love, Punitha? Let's see here. What does Spirit want you to know? Ooh, oh, wow. Woo, hot, hot, hot. You have the Two of Cups, so you have love coming your way, and it's gonna be coming fast. The Eight of Wands, this is fast moving energy. It is a lot of passion too. So, very soon you'll have love come into your life, and it's passionate too. So, boom. I mean, my. Very clear message there for you. Um, so while we're waiting, just the message from spirit is just work on your self-love and open up your love, with the higher realms, because the more you work on your self-love, the more you open the pathways in the pipeline to where you can give and receive love in greater ways, because you can't love others more than to the extent you love yourself, nor receive love from others more than to the extent you love yourself. So if you love yourself this much, no matter how much love you want to put out there, it's only going to drip out. No matter how much love you is they want to give you, it's only going to trickle in. But if you expand your self-love, not only do you get this wonderful, beautiful inner love, you also have this beautiful flow with humans. So I like it. And that's what they have for you, Panitha. So many, many blessings to you. All right. Very good. Very good. All right. And so, Saline Lenure, you will be my last reading for this evening, but I do want to make sure everyone is aware that I do have a weekly giveaway drawing. So if you haven't checked that out yet, here is the video for that, because you can enter to at a chance of winning a 1 hour person recorded reading. And I also talk in there about a monthly giveaway, which has to do with these April 2023 monthly readings for each individual zodiac sign. So that is the playlist for that. And I also put out a pick a card this morning. I have a ton of pick a cards on my uh, main page. If you click on my name, bruddaZEN Mystic Tarot, you'll see the playlists. But this one, oops, I need to shrink this down a little bit. All right. Let me get rid of that. I forgot to do that. There we go. Here is the link to that. And then also, if you're interested in any of my merchandise, Spring is having it, formerly known as Teespring, has a 25% off sale going through the 17th. So they hardly ever do that. So I thought I would just share that. No pressure or any expectations. I just want to make sure if anyone who does that, that's the savings there. All right. So, Saline Lenure, will H contact you and does he miss you at all? Let's take a look here and see what they have here for you. So, will he contact you? Does he miss you at all? I feel here that they're in this place of no contact because they they're really consumed with their own fears. The 9 of swords here represents our small t truths, our the fears of losing conditional love in the world. It's all the supposed tos and shoulds and need tos and have tos and musts. It's known as like a nightmare or insomnia card. So much on their mind, trying to please so many people. And I just feel like they're just torn. Their energy is just all over the place. And it just feels like they're in this personal journey. The 9 is the hermit's number in the major arcana. And so this is like they're in this mental place where they're just really withdrawn to themselves. So I don't feel like they're going to contact you in the near future. And I don't feel like they're missing anyone or anything. Yeah. I just feel like he's turned into himself right now. It's almost to the point of exhaustion. Like he's been trying to please all the people all the time, and he's just having very little success like the rest of us. But he's getting to this point where he's drained himself because he puts everyone else first. And when you do that, when you're like a barrel and you plug in everyone underneath, you feel empty, and people get bitter, sour water. But he's learning to disconnect those so that he could fill up and everyone gets the overflow. So he's full and healthy and full. And everyone else gets this beautiful nectar that overflows rather than these, burning, these bitter waters. So, it's great. We all need to go through that because it's freedom that comes on the other side of it. And the only thing that you can do in the meantime is you can send him love, unconditional love from your heart, and just let it surround him and let it do what his higher self wants it to do. But he's on his journey, the hermit's journey that he needs to go into, release him from this web that's keeping him trapped there. Release the butterfly from the web so he can fly places and go places that he hasn't been able to go before. So that's what they have, for you, regarding them. So it won't be I feel like they'll eventually, contact or you'll bump into them more so, in some way. Um, but, um, but they just need that alone time to really figure that out. So it's not personal. I feel like they've just cut off everyone because 'cause they're just so overwhelmed, at that. You are very welcome, Saline. Thank you for your patience and waiting for me to get to you there. And I was gonna have you be the last one, but we had someone slip in, but this definitely will be my last one because I need to go. It's been over 3 hours. I will. Thank you so much. So, Shania, what is Mahir thinking about you currently? All right. So, what is Mahir thinking about you currently? All right. So there's a lot of fire here. The one's energy is fire, passion, desire, inspiration. Um and I feel like on one hand, they've got the 7 of wands where they see you as someone that stands out, like the sun. The sun shines bright and sometimes people try to poke at you uh and they don't like that you're shining bright. Um And so, they see you go through this, but they also feel powerless to do anything with it. The 9 of wands is this block. So they've got this passion, they're attracted, they see you, they're drawn to you, but they're trapped behind this wall, this energy here. And it has to do with some of their fears. Oh, okay, well that makes sense. While they're behind there and the uh, it's just there's these blocks of these energy in their life which has to do with things that are below their surface. Um so um yeah, that explains why they don't have any contact there. So just there's this block of things. Yeah, I can understand that. He's also a fire sign. Well, that makes total sense with all that fire there. But there's just something that's keeping him held back, and um, I just feel like there's so much. All these wands. It's like there's all these obstacles and all these things in their life that are just demanding their attention, and they just feel exhausted, all these nines and the 9 of wands. The 9 is the hermit's journey too. And so they're turning inward to try to understand, what do I want to invest all this energy in? They feel like they're pulled in all these different directions, right? And they're just like, I don't know what I want. And I just gotta, I've gotta um put everything on hold. I feel like they're just like, everything has to go on hold until I figure out where I want to invest my energy. And like you said, like career, it's like, okay, I know I need to focus on this because without this, everything else falls apart. So this gets priority, everybody else has to wait. Everything else has to wait. And I feel like that's what's going on. They're trying to figure out what they want in their life there. So that is what they want you to know right now. Hey, Florence, I'm actually finished up for this evening. Um, I keep on saying, "Oh, this will be my last one. This will be my last one." But now I've been on for over 3 hours, so I have to go. But I will be back tomorrow at 7 p.m. Mountain Time, or check out my playlist as well. I have a ton of pick a cards, monthly readings, and if you follow your heart, Spirit will guide you to the reading that is there for you as well. I have some playlist for the pick a cards too around love and relationship, life purpose, career. So there's some different ones too, but then there's the big one that has a bunch of other stuff too. Um, yeah, so thank you for understanding because I know I do, and then someone else would come in, and then someone else would come in. But I definitely appreciate you understanding. I am here Wednesday through Sunday nights at 7 p.m. Mountain Time, and then Friday, Saturday, and Sunday mornings at 11 a.m. Mountain Time as well. Be sure to check out my giveaway playlist. I do have a giveaway every Monday too. So thank you guys again so much for all the thumbs up, all your love, all your support. I'm really blown away by everyone's hunger and thirst for hearing from Spirit and for seeking after Spirit. So, you guys always blow my socks off. So, until I see everyone again, please know that every second of every day of your life, that you are unconditionally loved by the Mother and the Father of all things. And of course, I love you too. So until I see you guys again, much love to you. You take care of yourselves, and we'll see you soon. Take care.